Yo, what's good, chat? What's good? Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Let me know. We're gonna do this before we get started. Let me know how it sound. And then we'll, do some salutes and all of that stuff in the chat. But for now, let me know how it sound. Okay, lost in translation. Okay. Marquita. Sound perfect. Okay. That's good news. That's good news. Mic check. Okay. It's good to see y'all avatars this evening. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody had a pretty good week. A lot's been going on. So I just hope, we made it this Saturday with some good positive energy. Cause I'm gonna be honest, it ain't that much to talk about today, man. Of course, we got the standard lawsuit happenings. We got some podcasts going broke. What else happened? I can't think of nothing else off the top of my head, but I know niggas going broke. I know niggas trying to get contracts. What else? I know we had a change. We had a change in a contract. I know we had that going on. And we got people narrative crafting. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see who's in here. Shout out to the moderators first and foremost. I saw Ozu. Shout out to Miss Mia. I'm sure if I didn't see Gen X, she's in here somewhere. Shout out to D2B2. Shout out to Keish, Lost in Translation. Miss Bynum, Marquita was good. Shout out to Tiffany, Kwani, Dre was good. Raphael 1819, what it do? Naya, let me see. Kia was good. Keish, let me see. Habitual Line Stepper. That name is insane. Is this Jamie or Jaime Sappington? Jamie. Let me see. Mr. Towns. V Ward, Cherry. Let me see. Yeah, she may or may not be in tonight. I think she asked me on Patreon if we was doing a stream. I can't remember, but she might pop in. I've been seeing Slade in the comment section, not necessarily in the streams. So peace to Slade. But yeah, man, I don't have anything pulled up. So we just gonna yell. Oh yeah, Dreamville Fest. And shout out to Jid. I did see that he has some type of promo for a project, and 808 was on there. And if you want us to wait until August, I think starting the promo so softly in April might be a mistake unless your rollout is gonna be amazing. Let's see. Shout out to Down in Dixie. Did you check out Jalopy's crash out on J. Cole yet? I did not. I think I'm gonna do a reaction to that. I got a few videos that I want to react to. Dre, shout out to Dre, sent me one in relation to Luther. I guess somebody was saying it's the most important song on Gen X, so I want to check that one out. I want to do a Tiny Desk Tuesday. If you guys haven't seen the monthly rollout, I want to do a Tiny Desk reaction. I think we might start with Dolce. Go ahead and get that one out the way, and then I'll take requests every week. And I guess one that gets the most requests, I'll do that one. Do a little crowd service for y'all. And of course, this because I think it was something about J. Cole being a manipulator. It's a couple Jalopy videos I'm kind of behind on that I hadn't checked out, but that one in particular, I do want to check that one out. Let me see. I think somebody said something about Kanye. Did the other album drop? Because I know he was promoting another one. Not Bully, but another one. Where he had like a track named Bianca or something crazy like that. Did that one drop? Oh yeah, and as y'all coming in, hit the like too. Much appreciated, much appreciated. I ain't gonna beat that over y'all head. But yeah, be sure to hit the like as you come in. Appreciate if you come in. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Habitual said the podcast is not going broke. I don't believe him. I won't say that I don't believe him, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a way to pivot and potentially reorganize and rebrand and just restructure the platform. You know, they lost a lot of people in the last 2 years. They're currently getting a civil suit. And I think with all of the jail implications that's coming out, I think it'd probably be in his best interest to rebrand, especially with a lot of the stuff that he was going viral for and getting a lot of attention for is falling out of favor with the everyday podcast listener. If y'all are, yeah, because I'm missing the game. So as it goes, kind of keep me in tune. I don't have a dog in the fight, but just let me know how that goes. Does anybody have shout out to Lost in Translation? Does anybody have the title of the new He Who Must Not Be Named album? And Trap Lil Ross, I ain't gonna lie, man. I think I wanna I don't know, man. It's just something weird about that type of content creator, man. I don't want to shoot him over the head because I don't really know him. I don't really engage with his content, but the content that I have seen is like kind of cannibalistic on rappers. But I guess you gotta kind of be accountable. I mean, you gotta be a rapper to be accountable against other rappers, but it's very like I don't know, man. It's like he takes pleasure in discussing that shit, like those lower, like all of the stuff that's wrong with hip hop. Like he takes a great deal of pleasure of like picking out and itemizing shit that's wrong with black artists and shit. And he's not even remotely from here and don't understand none of the shit that's going on. So yeah, Trap Lil Ross, one of them people. Like it's almost like he like worse than academics, but in a different way. Cause he knows that he don't have no reason to be doing the shit he doing. He's not connected to hip hop for real. And yet and still he's going out of his way to make money doing this. While saying in the video that I saw recently, like this was like his last option. He didn't go to school. He didn't do nothing that his parents told him to do. So he basically kind of a fuck up that looked up talking about the worst in hip hop. It's just some wild shit. So I don't know if I'm gonna do a video on him. If I do, it might be short, kind of like the Kanye one, but I don't think I want to put in a lot of energy into speaking my mind on somebody like that. Because he know he wrong. It's fuck. Let me see what y'all talking about in here. I saw somebody say World War III. Yeah. Shout out to Drake. It's not. I wonder why. I wonder why. And if you saw the thumbnail once I finally got it up, it had Cole, Kendrick, and Drake on it, and it said it's our anniversary. And if you're familiar with what happened last year, I might try to pull it up and see if we can do a little reaction to it. To the J. Cole apology, which came 2 days after his release of 7 Minute Drill with the release of what's the name of that album? Might Delete Later. Shout out to everybody that's coming into the stream late. Be sure to hit the like button. Let me see what D2B2 talking about. Hey y'all, and Skip, did y'all see the new Rayvon freestyle in NYC? I did not. I've heard that he dissed our not so favorite Beige Rager. But I haven't watched it, and that will be in the next week's reactions. To the people who are not members, I'm gonna be dropping reactions every day, well, Monday through Friday next week. The members I already got them. I did 5 of those. I'll be dropping those next week, and I'll load up again next weekend. So that'll be the thing. I'll try to get 4 to 5 reactions out a week, and then do my think piece and go live and all the other stuff that we do on the member side. But trying to, I finally got OBS to work. So we definitely gonna be doing quicker turnaround on reactions and shit like that. I tried everything. I tried StreamYard to do it. It didn't work. I tried Streamlabs. It didn't work. I was doing it the old school way, but that take too much time. So, and y'all be wanting videos with it and all of that other shit. So, I got the OBS working. Let's see what Black Killer says. Shout out to her. Dolce, Tyler, Jid all have Tiny Desk. And I've seen them all in their dope. So they won't be like first watch reactions, but I will go through them with y'all. It's been a while since I seen the Jid. I'm gonna do the Dolce. I'll probably do it in that order: Dolce, Jid, and Tyler, or Dolce, Tyler, and Jid. Excuse me. Let me see. Tiffany said Kanye, out of sight, out of mind for me. I hope we get Luther music video soon. He's shooting something. Oh, okay. World War III is the name of the album. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna really pay him no mind. I think I kind of left him with that video. I keep seeing a lot of people attaching the word narcissist to him. And since I'm doing a narcissist video already, I don't want to include him or do too many back-to-back narcissist videos. So I think I'm just at the point where I'm just gonna leave Kanye where he at. I'm not gonna listen to that. I didn't listen to Vultures 2. I didn't listen to Bully. I'm not gonna listen to World War III. I'm done with him. So yeah, we're just gonna leave Kanye where he at. Let me see what else we got going on. Yeah, he's a Beige Ranger. and also Beige Ranger. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna talk about it in gruesome detail. Shout out to D2B2 with the 5 We Are Decipher gifted memberships. If you get that gifted membership, man, be sure to go over there and check out the Road to 100 series that we're working on. We'll be actually done with that mini series in the next 3 weeks. Me and DJ gonna do episode 12 through 20 in the next 3 weekends. So we'll be done with that. So y'all will be finally getting the top 25 albums of 2024. And for the people who are just regular on YouTube, once the members have seen all 20 of the Road to 100 videos and had at least a couple days to review them all, we are going to release those videos so you guys can watch them in bulk as we lead up to the top 25 and top 10 live streams. So we're gonna give y'all that as a gift. The people who've been members for the last 3 months have seen them as they were created. Y'all will get them right there, and then we'll start the process over and catch up with this year. So when we finish the Road to 100 for 2025, we will do the actual top 25 January, February. It won't go into so deep into the year, but since nothing's really happening, we're not really so behind the 8 ball. Shout out to Gen X Gemini with the 5 gifted We Are Decipher memberships. Thank you. It's much appreciated. We've had a huge uptick in our membership, thanks in part to you guys in the streams giving gifteds and allowing people to come over and check out what we got. And as a result of that, we've had a good amount of people who have read up with their membership. Greatly appreciative about that. Oh yeah. Okay, so we got 107 in the chat and we got 10 likes. We got to get that up. I said I wasn't gonna say nothing, but we got to get that up. I will we can start back rocking when we get close to when we get 50. But 10, we got to do better than 10 gang. Hold on. There's more than 10 though, Zoo. But still, let's get those up. I can't even click the live. Hold on. Okay, whatever. But yeah, what y'all want to talk about first? Okay, because I was seeing more than 10. So okay, we good. I ain't gonna wild out. I saw that comment. It was like, whoa, like damn, y'all in here wilding like that. But let me see. What we talking about first? What are we talking about first? What are we talking about first? I think we'll go ahead and get the Drake shit out of the way. Just to get it out of the way. Just to get it out of the way. And we can go ahead and get to what do we want to talk about. I think I'm gonna set up a Google number and I'm gonna allow some of y'all to call in so we can have an interesting chat this evening. It wasn't really a breakdown, Ifa. I mean, I watched it. I saw some similarities. We could talk about that. But I did see some striking similarities. And I want to get y'all opinion on whether or not he's trolling and how we should feel about that if he is indeed trolling. Hold on real quick. And to my people who know about computers, since I have a MacBook, what would be a good secondary monitor to get? If you can put that link, if you know or have an idea in the comment section, that would be a great deal of help. That would be huge, as a matter of fact. But let me add this to the stage real quick. I hate these ads, bro. Okay, Drake gets the court's approval, and this is per XXL, to review Kendrick Lamar's record label contract. Let's see. A judge denied UMG's motion to halt the process of gathering evidence in Drake's defamation case. Now the rapper will get access to UMG and Kendrick Lamar's contract agreement. As per the document, Drake gets a minor victory in UMG lawsuit. On Tuesday, April 2nd, U.S. District Judge Jeanette Vargas ruled in favor of Drake being able to get access to UMG's contracts and internal communications regarding the release of Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. The song Drake is suing the company over. These materials include Kendrick Lamar's contract with UMG, documents and communication regarding the decision to publish the defamatory material, including documents and communications related to UMG's recent promotional activities surrounding the Grammys and Super Bowl. I will say this. Outside of Kendrick Lamar, like just leaving him completely off the table. If Drake was doing this with anybody else, this is extremely horrible for hip hop. I want to talk about that in more detail. Not right now, but just it's so many reasons as to why this is terrible for hip hop. So many reasons this is terrible for hip hop. It's gonna put a lot of people in horrible positions if he wins this case on these grounds, or if he's even allowed to do that and gain ground, and this become a precedent in legal action to where if you have an issue with somebody else in the music industry, you can have their contracts pulled. Among a bunch of other reasons why it's bad, but that is nasty work because now you're bringing a whole other side to it that shouldn't even been considered in reference to a rap battle or just rapping, period. Like, it's no reason why 5 years from now you can just file an action and get access to somebody's contractual agreements. That shit is insane. And I know a lot of people want Drake to lose. I want what's right to happen. I don't particularly care. I don't think he has a compelling case. And I know if he wins, hip hop will forever change. Imagine what's happening in real life with the Trump administration and all of the threats that they're levying against government organizations and all this other stuff, or federal government agencies and public schools. Imagine if the label had that type of power. That's all I'm gonna say. Additionally, Drake's lawyers want hold on, I think I already read that. No. Additionally, Drake lawyers want documents and communications regarding the decision to continue publishing and to promote the defamatory material. Documents and communications regarding UMG's knowledge that the allegations in the defamatory material, documents reflecting the revenues and profits UMG has generated and retained as a result of the song, and documents and communication related to any other works in the past 5 years that UMG has declined to approve or greenlight on the basis of UMG's objections to lyrics or other content. That part right there is going to be interesting. That last part that I said, and documents and communications relating to any other works in the past 5 years that UMG has declined to approve or greenlight on the basis of UMG objections to lyrics or other content. I ain't gonna lie. He got to weigh in with that, because if UMG has already been exercising the ability to decline or has been declining to release content due to the lyrical nature of it, although it seems like Kendrick has went and did the due diligence to ensure that it wouldn't be considered defamatory. That's going to be very interesting. That if UMG is already doing that and Drake and his legal team can argue that they already showcased the power to do so in the dark and chose not to with this. But also the issue will be, well, they let you do it too, Drake. So, you know, however that plays out in court, that will be interesting. I don't necessarily, because I think it'll backfire in his face, because they put out Family Matters 2 and The Heart Part 6. So I think it'll be interesting to see that play out in court, but I do think UMG has a retort already built in, because it's like, we released yours too, dumbass. You feel what I'm saying? So let me see what y'all saying here. He's still fishing, and he's going to get man-made tilapia instead. Shout out to Black Killer. UMG can deny individual requests. I hope it doesn't get to that. I don't know exactly how that situation worked as far as them denying it. Well, they tried to deny this, and the judge said, "Nah, we're not going with that. You got to give it to him." So Drake's legal team, I do know this from watching Absa. Shout out to Absa, that Drake can request damn near anything. It's just on the ability of whether or not UMG is willing to, or if the judge is going to forbid Drake from getting something that he requested. So that will be interesting to see how that plays out. Okay, Miss Miss said they can still say no. Ops can request whatever his sweet little heart desires. Well, they did say no, and the judge said, "I don't care what you say. He get access to it." You know, shout out to Lost in Translation. They wanted to stay to discovery, and they were denied. So now they can proceed with the discovery. Exactly. So, like I said, they can. Well, I think when Drake asks for it, they can say no, and then if the judge gets in, they have to provide adequate reason as to why he can't get it, and then the judge decides. So at this point going forward, it would be on the judge whether or not certain things will be, you know, permissible in court. So let me see. D2B2, he said, Skip, they can request anything, but UMG can also be like, SMD, judge, they're being unreasonable. Yeah, but then it's on the judge to decide. Like I say, it's on the judge to decide how that goes. You know, so that's what I'm saying. I think this is going to get extremely interesting. I think UMG is going to ask for some crazy stuff in return. And that's going to be exciting to see what all comes out in discovery. And that's the part that I'm kind of ready for, because I don't think that Drake went into this expecting I just think this is how he goes in the war. I think he don't step into the ring expecting to get hit. He just be so caught up in getting his punches off. So I think whatever happens, I don't think they will be as prepared as they think they are, as they are presenting themselves to be. You know, so let's see what else. After filing 2 pre-action petitions against UMG, last November, Drake sued UMG for defamation for distributing Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us in January. The Canadian rap star claims he was defamed on the track, which refers to him as a child predator. But you said that man beat his wife, bro. I don't get it. He also claims UMG used payola and bots. We'll talk about that too. So this has already been removed from Drake's amendment right here. The payola, well, at least the bot to artificially inflate the song so execs could pad their pockets with incentives. Do I want to keep reading this? Okay, that's it anyway. Okay, so let me finish this. UMG has denied Drake's allegations. In March, they filed a motion to ask the judge to dismiss the case, which we already discussed. Plaintiff wanted the most, blah, 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 blah. So we've already read that. So Drake is it's finna get started. We are about to see one of the most insane court cases in hip-hop history, bar none. And in a lot of ways, hip-hop is on the line. So I think for a lot of us, we're not necessarily rooting for Drake. We're not necessarily rooting for UMG to win. We're rooting for hip-hop to be preserved. You know what I'm saying? At least that's what the energy that I get from a lot of people. So it's not necessarily defending the man or whatever. And I know they paint that narrative like Drake is going against the industry, this, that, and the third, but he's been signed to UMG his entire career, if I'm not mistaken, outside of that small portion where he was independent, where he was like shopping mixtapes and shit, like around Dark Lane demo era when he wasn't signed to nobody. But then he came back to UMG for a big deal. So Drake is not anti-industry. He's never been anti-industry. How can you be anti-industry and brag about the deal you got from the industry? That don't make sense. Even in the beef, he was talking about the last deal was 400 amps. The next time that's a low ball. Like, nah, bro. Like, you bragging on what you about to get from the deal. You what he said, tell Lucy, and I said, fuck it, I'm blowing holes in my budget. Y'all been cool for a while. That was Stay Scheming. You been new gang by first name. Drake, you been industry gang. It's like you can't get around the truth. You just upset. Right now, and you throwing a tantrum. But I did see, I don't know if this was confirmed or not, so correct me if I'm wrong, chat, that Drake said he didn't want to settle. I think, unless he got Kendrick's contracts. I can look that up while I'm sitting here, but let me look and see. Hold on. Black Hiller said the industry baby is having a temper tantrum to his daddy because his feelings hurt. I agree. Shout out to Down in Dixie with the $5 super chat. Drake using the court to get access to contracts that Kendrick offered in Euphoria is hilarious. Not hilarious. I'm tripping. Show me your splits. I'll be sure to double back with you. Yeah. Let's speak on percentage. Show me your splits. I'll make sure I double back with you. That's crazy. Yeah, I think he's having a hard time accepting what's going on. Because like I said, I don't even think it's about the song per se. I think it's the fact that Kendrick is so successful in this moment and that Not Like Us was so big that he wants to delegitimize that by any means possible. If at all possible, get the song removed from streaming and get the song blasted into oblivion. So that way he can say that they had to do illegal means to put a chink in his armor. And then he could go back to being the womanizing, culture stealing dirtbag that he's always been. You know, he just got to a point where he was too big to feel the need to hide his true intentions. So yeah, I can't wait to see how this case goes. because I think some crazy shit is gonna come out. I think some more shit gonna get leaked. And one thing that I want to fight to get some resolution to is whoever and whatever Ebony Prince is. Whatever Ebony Prince is, whoever that is, whatever they got going on over there. I want to see some real resolution to that. Whether it's true, whether it's false, whether it's trumped up truth, whether it's a little seasoning on the lie, like I want to see that actualized all the way. Because now they tying it to Gloria. They talking about some type of investigator is helping Drake cover shit up, and the Mark Hotel is a whole nother folklore side quest of shit going on over there. And that was what the articles was from 616 and Meet the Grams thumbnails. So yeah, I think whatever that is, we gotta get to the bottom of that. Shout out to the Ville. I did see some of one of those videos, because it's just like, man, like I remember when Ebony Prince popped out like shortly after Meet the Grams, I think, or shortly after 616, and it was big on all the social media sites, and they were kind of following every tweet, and it was like, oh shit, he about to drop some, or she, or whatever it is, and it just kind of fell off the face of the map for a while, at least like mainstream, and now it's popping back up, and it has more, and he or she has more connections, and now I'm curious again. But whatever that is, if it is like some type of huge cover up that's involving the police, we need to get to the bottom of that, because at that point, it's some organized crime type shit going on. And not that I want Drake to go to jail, but if it's involving hurting other people and the cops is in on it, cleaning the shit up, we need to get to the bottom of that. So one way or another, that Ebony Prince shit may be the most important part of this entire beef. It may be the most important part of this entire beef. And one more thing I want to say as far as the beef before we go to talking about Drake withdrawing some stuff in his latest amendment. If you are like exhausted to the point where it's making you like not want to engage with hip hop because you're sick of this beef, think about Nas mentioning Jay-Z in one of the songs, I think for either the King's Disease or the last DJ Khaled album, and he was like, sometimes I text Jay-Z and tell him this shit ain't over. Jay-Z and Nas did the Takeover, Ether, Super Ugly, all of that shit 20 years ago. 20 years ago. It's not going away. It's not going away. Jay-Z dropped whenever Nas dropped. He dropped whenever he dropped. Never fails. Whatever Jay-Z can put out, whether it's an article, a fucking picture, like it's going to continue. So if you think this Drake versus Kendrick shit, we had 100 likes. We had 100. Whatever inkling that you have, especially in this era, to think that this Drake versus Kendrick shit is gonna be over anytime soon, you are sadly mistaken. You are sadly mistaken. This shit is finna last. It's definitely gonna finish out the 2020s, because now we got a lawsuit involved. So it's on a different level than even the Jay-Z and Nas beef. And then you include social media and super fandom. Man, I might be 50 before they stop talking about Kendrick versus Drake. It's so many different sections and sectors of media who are making money and monetizing off of the beef. The actual individuals involved in the beef are still giving light to it. It's not going to stop anytime soon. In their last projects, they both mentioned it. It's not going nowhere. It's not going nowhere anytime soon. I don't even know if they wanted it to go somewhere, it will go somewhere. It's not going to go nowhere. Like we in it now. I do get the fact that there is more going on in hip hop, and and we try to shed light on that too as best we can. But yeah, this is gonna be a huge thing, bro. I was watching the interview with Rob Markman and Curtis King, and Curtis King was saying that he was trying to not speak about it in the interview, and Rob Markman was like, "Look, bro, we got to be honest. When we drop that shit, when we talk about Drake versus Kendrick, the views spike. People, and and the reason for that is people are still invested. There is a huge percentage of hip hop fans who are still very much invested into what's going on. You know, people are still invested, and the fact that this lawsuit is going on is only going to extend this heightened level of investment. It's not going to stop. Let me take a look at some of these super chats. My bad. I just had some stemming shit going on. Shout out to D2B2. I still revisit when Skip was reacting. Much appreciated. Nodding his head to the instrumental before Kendrick cleared his throat and said, "Your son's a sick man with sick thoughts." That reaction will never get old. He's referring to the Meet the Grams reaction. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. That's probably my favorite one. I felt like because when I first started doing reactions, I didn't know what I was doing. I think that's why the Euphoria one is it's just pure being in that moment. I was really astonished. I was really fucking astonished. So wow was all I could say. I was really astonished with what the fuck Kendrick was doing. But by the time I got to Meet the Grams, especially with the commentary that was going on with that song, I felt like I really got to have a conversation about that one. I really got to have a conversation about that and what it meant, at least what I felt it meant in that time. And I think I had something kind of similar with Watch the Party Die, but not so much. But yeah, I feel like Meet the Grams is my favorite one. And that was a slow burner for the channel. It took it a long time to start moving. So when that one got to 100,000, that was bigger than any other accomplishment that happened on the channel. That was bigger than any other one that happened on the channel. Oh, hold on. Shout out to Z. I feel like Drake is sneaking watching this channel when Skip does live streams. If he does, I would greatly appreciate a super chat. Saying he paying all the other people. Cut me some. I'm still gonna say what I'm gonna say, but stop by and drop some bread off. Shout out to Dre. 1998 Birdman came to Nashville, recorded everyone on Cash Money Records. UMG hit Bird and Slim with 30 mil. They was officially out the streets. I've been rocking with UMG. Okay. Let me see. Shout out to Jaslyn McIntyre. Skip being completely disgusted midway through Meet the Grams. Yeah, that was tough. And I think what was so crazy about it was I reacted to Family Matters and Meet the Grams the same night. I think they were back to back. So going off of the energy from Family Matters into Meet the Grams, insane. Like the shit that Kendrick was saying, it was like he was like, "All right, bro. You want to talk? Let's talk." And that song is, bro, for the first 6 months, it was tough to listen to. Now I can just listen to it like, man, he really destroyed that nigga, bro. Like Kendrick he took a lot of time, a lot of patience. He did his due diligence with Meet the Grams. And that's why I said when Not Like Us initially dropped, I was like, I don't know if it's gonna do nothing. Cause I thought Drake was already dead. Like I said, like D2B2, he'll tell you like at the end of Meet the Grams, I was like, you dead. You just died. Like, so anything after Meet the Grams, like as far as the battle went, was icing on the cake to me. It was icing on the cake to me. Now don't get me wrong, I always liked the song. The things he was saying were so fresh at the time, it was tough to listen to. But now once I drop my kid off, sometimes I just be like, don't, because the song is fire. The song is fire. But yeah, the battle was over that night. The battle was over that night. I think it was Saturday, May the something, May 6th or some crazy shit like that. But the battle was over at the end of halfway through Meet the Grams. The battle was over. The battle was over after that. Kendrick destroyed him. He decimated him in a way that Pusha T could not have imagined. Like, Pusha T got off with Story of Adidon, but he was like kind of on some, like, I'm gonna just blow up the bass. Kendrick was like, nah, I'm gonna sneak into every room and silent suppress, like, and shoot a silent suppressor rifle. Everybody just headshot one by one and stab the people that I gotta get close to. He destroyed Drake violently with 6 minutes of just, so much so to the point where if the lawsuit was really about defamation, y'all see how I brought that all the way back around? But if the lawsuit was really about defamation, I don't understand for the life of me why Meet the Grams is not in it. And that's what tells me the Not Like Us defamation is just a vanity play. He wants that song out of the way because that's the song that hit Drake where it hurt. Because I think Drake, at least from what he shows to the world, and not to give too much of the video that I'm working on away, but I think he's so vain and I think he's so surface level with a lot of his experiences that just the fact that that song was popular and it involved him getting his ass beat, he wants it to go away. Like, it's like he looks at it like Kendrick is stepping into a second wind or third wind of his career at my expense. If it wasn't mentioning me, it wouldn't do that. It wouldn't hit like that. And if you didn't call me this, it wouldn't hit like that. Not just completely ignoring the fact that it was a hit and that it called on to the energy of an entire coast and then the entire country. The Olympics was playing Not Like Us when they played Canada. When they beat Canada, Not Like Us came on. So, and now they playing it at not World Cup, but at FIFA games in other countries, making like the word in the stands and shit. It's just, it's a worldwide phenomenon now. It's so much bigger than the beef. The phrase Not Like Us has become a term of, it's become anthemic. It's so much bigger than what it was. And I think that makes it even worse for Drake. Because it's like, damn, like everybody fucking with it as a song, but also there's a part of the song that every time this song gets played, I gotta wince a little bit at somebody like A Minor or Say Drake, I Heard You Like I'm Young, or freaky ass nigga here, 69 God. He can't escape the worst moment of his career. I guarantee you Not Like Us is worse than him getting peed on. Damn, I ain't mean to say that. I ain't mean to say that. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to say that. My bad, Drake. I don't know for sure if you got peed on, but if you did get peed on, I'm sure Not Like Us is worse than you getting peed on. I'm sure of it. It's gotta be bad. Like, imagine getting peed on. Like, imagine as a man, you whatever, and people think you so pussy that they pee on you while you can see them peeing on you. Now, it's different. Like, let's say you in college or something, and there's some people on a balcony and do it, and you can't see them. You got peed on probably in a public bathroom or some shit. Meek Mill said it was in the movies. So when that happened, I assumed it was like in the theater. So I was like, that's even wilder. that they peed on you in there. But you in the bathroom with these dudes and they just peed on you, bro. The level of disrespect and disregard for your humanity and masculinity, that like that gotta fuck with you. And I think Not Like Us was worse than that. So Cole losing sleep over this, it ain't me. I think that's a lie. I think Drake probably ain't had a good drug-free night of sleep in months. In months. Y'all saw what he looked like at the all-white party. Y'all saw what he looked like. People saying he needed to go re-up on his fillers. They was dissolving in his face. He was looking a little crazy. People saying he had a makeshift, like his braids was fake. You know, people saying he going bald and all this and all that. It's just like, you can tell like he's stressed. You can tell he's stressed. And I guess I empathize with that, but I don't. I can't necessarily. I can give you grace because you're a human, but I also understand and vehemently support the reason why you're stressed. You asked for an ass whooping, and when Buddy came to give you that ass whooping, you pulled out a knife and you tried to stab him. And he shot you a bunch of times, but he shot you in a bunch of places to where you would not die. And now you just immobile. And every now and again, he spin around your block and shoot a window out. He don't even want to kill you no more. He just want to remind you what the trauma of getting shot felt like. He just wanted, like, whatever you do, however comfortable you get, I want to let you know that at any time I can shoot you again. You feel what I'm saying? Let me check these super chats. Shout out to Miss Mill with the $5 super chat. She said, when Dot said, "Dear Adonis," Skip said, "All right, hold up. Put them shoulders away." Man, look. Because he got straight to it. And at that moment, because my wife had heard it. So when I walked in the house, she was like, "Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I can't sleep." So I'm like, damn, what Kendrick say? And then I'm listening, and the first word that come out of his mouth is "Dear Adonis." I was like, no. Where is he taking us? What road is Kendrick taking us on where he feel like he got to start the song with "Dear Adonis"? And then he spoke to the whole family. That shit was insane, but it was really like he was using them as a proxy to speak to the different compartments of Drake's brain. Some whole other psychological fuckery was going on. And that's why I love that song so much. It was like, I'm speaking to your mommy issues. I'm speaking to your daddy issues. I'm speaking to your parenting issues. I'm speaking to your internal identity crisis and surplus of persona. Let me take a note of that. But I'm speaking to all of these things. I'm saying the name, and people are like, "Oh, he talking about the kids. He's talking about his mama." No, not exactly. He was just framing it in a way, like in a cartoon, or like anime or something like that. They find ways to bring the emotion of the moment to a point of visibility with the viewer. So you can't feel the anxiety that somebody is feeling if they don't make it visible. So I think he was just calling, like when he said "Dear Sandra," he was calling the mommy issues to the front. When he spoke to Dennis, you know, he did the same thing. When he spoke to Adonis, like he was just speaking to these different things that are plaguing Drake. And then at the end, he tied it all together. That song is brilliant. Writing wise, top 10 Kendrick Lamar song all time. And it's not 10. No. Let me go back. Shout out to Habitual Line Stepper with the super chat, $20 super chat, much appreciated. That's exactly it, Skip. Audrey hates Not Like Us because it was a banger. He honestly didn't think Kendrick was capable of stunning the world and take over his lane. I agree, and he did it his way. I think that makes it even worse. He did all of this shit. Kendrick did all of this shit his way. He earned it. It was a slower route. He didn't have to steal styles. He didn't have to get ghostwriters. He didn't have to get in bed with certain people. No pun intended. He just did it his way. He didn't have to drop every year to stay in people's face. He didn't have to do a whole bunch of features and water down his sound. He didn't have to completely lose himself in the process. He just dropped 5 albums. And he's here. Drake got like 12. Kendrick got what? If we count Section 80, Good Kids, Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, Mr. Morale, and Gen X. So if we count Section 80, he got 6, and Drake got 12. And here we are still. And Kendrick is the preeminent artist of this generation now. He's always been the artist, but now he's the face. And that's beautiful when the person representing the true artistry and authenticity in the genre is also the face. And that's fucking with Drake too. Because he know he can't recreate what Kendrick has done. Excuse me. Because that shit, first of all, takes time. It takes time. You got to really go through some shit to sit down and write Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. And you have to be comfortable with yourself to a certain extent to even write it, let alone put it out and release it to the world and project that energy on a tour. You can't put out Damn. You can't drop it to Pimp a Butterfly when at that stage in your career, it's probably not the smartest move. You know? So to be as artistically fearless as Kendrick is, and to take that time, Drake would have to go fall off the face of the map to even attempt it. We already don't believe he can do it, but to attempt it, Drake got to go disappear and go find some shit to write about. And then find the sound that'll shift the genre. That's going to take too long. So all he can do is continue to do what he's been doing. We're not going to get no revelatory Drake album if he stay in our face. It's not going to happen. He's not going to drop no rap album that's on no classic level shit. The albums that we consider of that quality or in that realm, that's the ones he had the most help on. And now his shit getting leaked left and right, so he can't go back to those wells. And he also don't have access to those people. So what can you do when you don't have the ability to replicate the success in that lane? You just got to nullify the success. And that's why we're here where we at with this lawsuit. Shout out to Habitual Line Stepper again for the super chat. D2B2. Never let a man piss on your leg, son. Either you die right there or pop that man in the head, son. That's a 100% fact. You can't let nobody disrespect you to that level. Because even if it'll eat away at you. It'll eat away at you. And even if you don't aggress towards that person, you're going to continue to try to find ways to remedy that. That's the only way. It's going to eat at you if you don't. And you're going to crash out trying to make it right. Because you'll never, no matter what you do, you'll never be able to rectify that moment. So you're going to either be dead, humiliated perpetually, or in jail trying to fix some shit that you shouldn't have let slide in the first place. So if you did get peed on, if another man's piss ran down your leg in real life, I can see that fucking with you all the time. Excuse me. Because I know people who've been bullied in school. We all been bullied in school at some point. Unless you were the bully. And even if you were the bully, you probably got bullied to a point where you was like, you know what? I want to bully niggas. I want to bully niggas. So it's probably something you want to get. It's probably something that you want to get back. And it's probably not as bad as getting pissed on. Because getting pissed on, I can't even imagine that type of demon being on my shoulder for the rest of my life. Getting peed on by another man. And I'm not trying to drag it as far as Drake. I'm just talking about period. Just imagine what that does to your psyche if you walk away from that situation and you know in the back of your mind, you could be doing anything. You could be doing anything. You might hear somebody pouring a soda. You might hear somebody pouring a cold drink. You hear me? And out of nowhere, that trauma kick in of you getting pissed on, especially if you got jeans on. Just imagine somebody pissing on your nice $600, $1,000 jeans. Just imagine. And I'm gonna stop dragging it, but I just wanted to get that point out because I do kind of empathize for that level of trauma because I can see why he's done a lot of the shit he's done in his life post piss if he actually got peed on, because it makes sense. You extra super tough guy trying to avenge the pee-pee time. That napkin that you had when you was mobbing like that, I bet you wish you had that when they peed on you. Shout out to Down in Dixie. He said, when you looked at that camera and said, "Do you really get peed on?" Really? Yeah, I'm in the middle of some wild shit right now. In those jeans. In those jeans is nuts. In those jeans. That is fucking crazy. That is crazy, bro. Is it piss? Is it Sprite? Is it piss? Is it Sprite? That is crazy, bro. Bro, imagine walking to your car. Shout out to J-Dub. Imagine walking to your car, your $400,000 car, and you are getting in this vehicle and you got piss on you. Bro, like that shit is insane. Like, I'm sorry that I'm dragging it, y'all. I promise you we finna move. No hat. Not today. You see the shine on this shit? I just washed my hair and all that other shit, wash condition, all that stuff. So no hat tonight. No hat tonight. So that's crazy. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Cause I'm not gonna lie, bro. If somebody peed on me, we gotta like somebody gotta like not get up. Appreciate the loss in translation. Yeah, somebody gotta not get up, bro. If it's me, I got my ass beat, but I feel like I avenged my pissed on. You feel what I'm saying? Like, but for real, man. Like, because at that point, if you let them do that, if they ever spin the block again, they're gonna violate you worse. They're gonna violate you worse. And as that rumor spreads, now people know that you the dude that'll let somebody piss on you. And let's move forward because I really could do the whole entire stream talking about him getting pissed on, and I would rather not. I would rather not. But hold on. let me pull up the other stuff from PP Boy. That's tough. We wouldn't have got here if we wouldn't have discussed the meeting rounds, but it happens. Hold on, y'all. Oh, hold on. The nickname "The Boy" is aging horribly. It's crazy. If Chubbs was there and let him get peed on, we can't be friends no more. Y'all see Alchemist. Oh, so it was Alchemist who did that. That's who that was. So I saw somebody mention, and it ended up making it on Instagram. It was like, my brother in Christ, are you okay? Are you okay? You're playing Meet the Grams in the club. That's wild. That's insane. So I mean, but it makes more sense coming from the Alchemist, because I think, and I don't know how y'all, feel about this theory, but I think that there is there. Damn, my accent just jumped out. But I think there's another level to this Kendrick Lamar and Drake shit. The Alchemist and the Conductor are quietly beefing. Because every time that Kendrick gets dissed, one way or another, the Conductor wiggle his way into some shit. One way or another. And the Alchemist got a lot of, shit going on too. So it's something weird going on with that. I think in time it may reveal to be true, but I am kind of intrigued that there may be underlying beef between Conductor Williams and the Alchemist. And the Alchemist is West Coast, if I'm not mistaken. And the Conductor, I don't know where the Conductor from exactly, but yeah. I don't have an X account, but let me see if I can pull this up. Okay. Shit, my bad. Per Inner City Press and also Megan Kniff, or whatever her name is, they have sent I don't know. Let me see. Exchange letters. We intend to withdraw those, but it's a tiny portion of our. Okay, they have sent us a Rule 11 letter about only 5 paragraphs of our lengthy complaint about the use of streaming farms. We have exchanged letters, and we intend to withdraw those, but it's a tiny portion of our complaint. So let me see if I can pull up this individual's page, since I don't have a Twitter. And I don't intend on getting one due to the huge amount of porn and shit. But let me see. This nigga tweet a lot. Hold on. How do you pull up the current tweets? I don't want to see your. Okay. All right. I have it on the community post, so let me pull it up real quick, and I can read that from my phone. My bad, y'all. I don't have a Twitter. Yeah, so Megan Cunniff posted on Twitter. She says, as Inner City Press reported, Drake's lawyers say they're withdrawing allegations that UMG conspired with and paid currently unknown parties to use bots to boost Not Like Us. So with that being said, that completely nullifies the argument that Not Like Us was an inorganic creation. So I see that now academics are still trying to say that now it's just industry standard to bot streams and do it on a scaled, in a scaled manner to come across as them tapering off over time as it becomes more organically successful in the long run. But it's like, bro, you just got to admit it. Bro made a slap. It shook the world. That's it. He been making good music his whole fucking career. He had a beef. It was the biggest back and forth, publicity wise, in hip hop history. Eventually, a hit was gonna come out of it and propel it into another stratosphere. Eventually, one of them was gonna make a hit, and it was gonna be back to back type shit, or it was gonna be Not Like Us. That's the only thing that could have possibly happened, bro. That was how the battle was gonna be won, with a hit. Somebody was gonna get crucified probably. And if you can crucify the person while making the hit, that make it even better. But like, yeah, Kendrick found time to do everything. He dropped Meet the Grams and then Not Like Us. He gave you every type of rap beef song that you would want. He gave you Euphoria, which is probably the most bar heavy of the four. He gave you 616, which was probably the most cryptic, the most multi-layered, being that per Reddit theories and stolen by What's the Dirt, that Kendrick was rapping he was rapping as Drake to start that, and then goes into the whole Ebony Prince of it all. You know, so it's a lot going on with that. It's a lot going on with that. Then he drops Meet the Grams. Pulitzer level writing. Then boom. One of these. Shout out to Funk Flex. He drops one of those. And shake shit up from the core with Not Like Us. He gave you everything that you possibly could have asked for in a beef. And then dropped the video for the biggest song. It's like, bro, what, like, you know, he gave us the full gambit. I look at it like, if anybody watched battle rap, the first round in the battle, they are trying to get as many haymakers off as possible. To get the crowd invested. The second round, they like theory craft and throw out angles and try to defensive right and all of this other shit. And then the third round is complete exposure of the other person. Kendrick watched battle rap when he did the interview with Ebro in the Deska. I think that was that. Or did he get him props on the Grammy stage? But he shouted out Daylight and some other battle rappers. And that just told me, oh, like Kendrick approached this shit with like a 3-round battle format. He knew exactly what he was doing. And that just makes it even more fascinating to see how he approached it as if it was an actual rap battle, like URL style rap battle. Appreciate it, Miss Mia, on the Grammy stage. I knew it was one of them. Let me see it. I think I got another one, another super chat. Let me see. And I saw one of y'all say that Chubbs is his special friend. Y'all got to chill out. Shout out to Dre. He said he's all right, but he's not real. From Jay-Z. Yeah, man. Keep making me dance, waving my hands, and there won't be no threat. But the thing about it now is it went too far. Of course, Drake's fans are going to listen to him. They're going to defend him. They're going to flag bear for him. But I think there's a lot of people who are looking at Drake like, bro, this shit just don't hit the same no more. It just does not hit the same. I'm sorry. It doesn't hit the same. D2B2 said, if someone spit on me, they be in a hospital at least. Nah, cemetery. Hell even. Yeah, I can't imagine somebody pissing on me, man. I don't want to go back into it, but I just could not imagine. Chubbs is the ops. Because how you let your boy get pissed on and slapped? Top flight security. I'm sorry, bro. D2B2 said Push tried to correct Crody with infrared, but he didn't listen. Exactly. He was trying to, I think, if anything, I think that was like his infrared, not his infrared, but his like version of what 616 was, kind of, sort of. Like that calm before the storm, but I'm gonna put enough in this to where you gotta respond. Shout out to DMV dog. I'm gonna get back to the Drake thing, but yes, I did. Loaded Lux went crazy. I wasn't too crazy about Murder Mook's verse. It kind of, I don't know. It's like the tone shifted. I think he started getting off towards the end of his verse, but I like Loaded Lux's verse better. But the thing they did for the guy who's working for Nike, when they performed it like at a banquet and then they did it again, like the full version, they was out in the street. Man. those two as a tag team on some battle rap shit, I think that's the completed form of a 2-on-2. That's the completed version of a 2-on-2. Lost in Translation said the baby new freestyle was also fight. I heard part of it online. I might do a reaction to that. I heard the part like the 8 bars around the Kendrick bar where he said, I got a Drake in here. I hope they ain't playing no Kendrick or some shit like that. Playing no Kendrick right now. It's not a shot. Good play on words. The baby can rap when he freestyle. I listened to his album as a part of the Road to 100 the other day. How the fuck is this a mixtape? It's a couple songs on there, but it's just like, he's not for me. He's not for me. He's not for me. He can rap though, but I just think his style is so trapped in a box. I wish he would be more versatile, not even with his content, but just his rap style. D2B2 said Lux was better than Murder Mook on TV Off. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. I just feel it's almost like they didn't make it together, which is odd to me with the amount of synergy they had with the poem freestyle verse thing that they did with the I can't remember his name. The guy for that's on Nike that's doing the line that's from where they from. I thought that was dope. So I was like, the synergy was too high for them to drop the TV off and then not, continue that. Shout out to Dre. 616, the deadliest diss. Dot revealed OVO was literally working for PG Lane. OVO gave Dot Drake's diary. It hurt different when your team snake you out. That's a fact. And I think that in tandem with the yacht symbolism, with that potentially being in reference to a situation where they had underage girls present, I think that made him go ahead and drop Family Matters that day, because he was like, let me go ahead and end it before it goes any further. On top of, now I feel like I can't trust OVO. So I think the beauty of 616 is Kendrick gave you some spiritual shit. Like, he literally praying, like, before I go to war, and like, even though I'm about to dive into some low frequency shit, I discover myself when I fall short. Like, duality, man. Like, I just feel like he executed that shit beautifully. But the whole part about creating anxiety within the OVO camp, perfect. Because now, as I'm heating up, you're starting to second guess your entire operation. And it's dope when it work like that, because now you don't know how I'm coming. Not only are you, pause if needed, not only are you worried about your team leaking information, so you can't even go to them and confide in them, you're more isolated now. So now I can just slow hunt you if I want to, because now you're worrying about if any of your moves are being telegraphed. And I think that's why he just went ahead and jumped straight into Family Matters, because he was super confident in Family Matters. That's why he shot the video. He thought it was going to be over. And then right after that, Meet the Grams? Sheesh. Jay Nitty. I know exactly what that is, and we're not going to discuss it, because that's some jail shit, and niggas don't do that in the real world. Because if you Glock Dookie and a nigga in the real world, you should go to jail for that alone. I don't care if you're a good citizen. Because if you making the time to Glock Dookie, you should be in prison. Not even jail. You should be in prison for a while, because you institutionalized. It's some very wrong with you. Don't look it up, y'all. Don't look it up. I'm sorry, KC. Don't look it up. I only mentioned it because he put that. But please, don't look that up. It's not good for anybody. It's not good for anybody. Shout out to Joshua Smith, favorite channel. Much appreciated, gang. Much appreciated. If you haven't, hit the like button, though. If you haven't hit the like button, if you've come in since the last time we said something, we'll put it in the chat. Do us a favor and hit the like button if you don't mind. Because we kind of just yapping right now. I think we talked about the lawsuit shit. Let me see. What else happened? Oh, Adam 22. Adam 22. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about Adam 22 going broke. Don't you love it when the vultures like get they comeuppance? Shit beautiful. The shit is beautiful. It's biblical, in fact. You gotta love it. Let me see. I wish I could find the video. I don't want the stream to get took down. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if this is it. I think I want to watch it. Y'all cool with that? If we watch the Adam 22 video, if this is it. Y'all cool with that? Let me see if this is it first.
Is right there on the homepage, or
okay. Can y'all hear it first of all?
And
hold on, let me turn it up so I can hear it.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Smack a like. We're out.
Hold on. Let me go to YouTube. I want to watch the real video.
Sometimes your tracks are right there, but there's still something missing. Co-producer is going to give you unique sounds that...
So there's something that I've been hiding from you guys. No Jumper is going broke. I know that might sound crazy. Between both of our YouTube channels last month, we got over 25 million views. We're doing well on Facebook.
Can y'all hear it? Can y'all hear it? I'm playing it. I just want to make sure y'all can hear it before I'm listening to it and y'all can't hear it. Let me know something. Okay. Okay.
And Snapchat. We employ quite a few of the hottest content creators on the West Coast, and we pump out an insane amount of content on a weekly basis. How could we be going broke? Well, let's start here. We expanded too much during COVID at just about the exact moment that our revenue streams all took a hit. We hired a whole bunch of editors and other employees, and we bought a huge office building.
Why does it sound like he's bragging? Nigga, I thought you was going broke. Why are you bragging? It's almost like this is an ad. This feel like an ad more than anything to start. It's like, hey, we doing this shit. We're big. We this, that, and the third. Like, how are we going broke? Like, nah, bro, you're selling ass. You're selling ass. And I know you do the little porn stuff, but this, like, you're selling ass, bro. This is what you're doing. You are selling ass.
That cost us almost $4 million, thinking that the growth that we were experiencing during the pandemic was going to continue. And unfortunately,
and that's like common sense number one. Like, you never, I remember when I first started working at my job that I'm working at now, the one of my mentors, she told me, don't adjust your life to match your overtime checks. I was maybe 27, 28. That's closer to 30 by the time I got upstairs. And she was like, don't do that. Cause anything can happen. And this nigga, as soon as he got a pay bump, you committed your entire life to working off of that pay bump. even if I see what you're saying in the comment section, habitual line stuff, even if he's not going broke per se, it's just the fact that you overcommitted in a period of surplus. That's stupid as fuck. If anything, you should be taking money, putting it to the side, investing for the moment when you start to regress to the mean. That's dumb as shit. You don't maximize expenditures in a volatile field. You don't do that. That shit's stupid. You should have rolled that out as best as you could, and then invested once you saw how it went when it started to regress to the mean. If not, do your best to get endorsements and sponsorships during that point in time. You shouldn't have spent that money. That's the point I'm trying to get to. Stupid as fuck.
That did not happen. Our YouTube numbers, which had doubled or even tripled, gradually returned to normal. Our Snapchat and Facebook numbers, which had exploded during COVID, sometimes even hitting 6 figures a month, shrank by about 80% or more. Our Patreon, which was absolutely killing it for a year or two when we were doing uncensored, aka nude interviews with up-and-coming superstars like Zumi and Sky, and managed to build up a very healthy roster of talent since then.
Hey, y'all didn't tell me it was gonna be naked people in the even though it was blurred out for YouTube. I hope I don't get demonetized for that. Yeah, that's weird.
That certainly took a toll on our business for a while as well. All that stuff hurt the business, but we were still solidly profitable. That is, until the last few months, where we experienced 2 major L's that we never could have seen coming. First, we lost the No Jumper Instagram. After almost 10 years of building it up.
I have seen parts of this video. I know he doesn't say why he lost the channel. Does anybody have any reason or any inclination as to why he lost his channel? Does anybody know? Okay, that's not to me. Lost in Transit. Skip, I'm watching with you for the first time, brother. This is wild. It is. Yeah, I don't really watch game. Well, not even really. I don't watch him at all. I just, see what happens when stuff go viral on social media when I'm on Instagram and stuff from time to time. But it's always just been something extremely weird and predatory about his behavior. It was like he was just another Vlad. Like you on here instigating shit. Like I remember when China Mac and I can't remember dude name, when China Mac and one of the other dudes got to fight and they recorded the shit. Like an actual fight where they was like handling some shit and y'all recording that shit. Like I knew that, I already knew, but like that was just, it's just anything for the sake of content. And then over time you find out he doing corn, you know what I'm saying? He cooking, he just doing so much weird shit. Just so much weird shit. And it's just like a lot of this shit is on the backs of Black exploitation. And it's just why. That's the reason because I used to watch Vlad until I really realized what it was. Because it was at one point, it wasn't so nefarious. And then over time, it's like, oh shit. Like, I think the Pee Wee Longway interview did it for me. It's like, oh, like, you really on here and trapping niggas. You are making a career of sending Black people back to prison. You a cop. You a fucking fed. And even if you're not, you doing it on some volunteer shit, what makes it even weirder. And I just ain't going for that. But give me a second, man. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Allergies whooping my ass. Let's get back to Freak Boy and his weird story.
And essentially no strikes on our account. We got taken down one day and we still have absolutely no idea why. We've had no.
I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all. Anytime you get in trouble with anything like social media wise, I've had a podcast that we drop content on Spotify, Apple Music, all this other shit. Anytime something happens, they send you documentation via email, the email account associated with that particular account, and they tell you exactly why. And if it's bad enough, they're letting you know that they're going to potentially seek legal action against you. Like I remember when I had a podcast started in 2019. In the episodes, we used to like play a song, and I didn't know at this point in time that Spotify had an algorithm, kind of like YouTube, that like notifies them of when copyrighted material is being played without permission. And I thought we could fair use of the way and all of this shit, and they just started sending me like complaint after complaint after complaint after complaint. And then they was like, I eventually, to stop myself from getting in trouble on some copyright shit with Spotify, I just completely removed the podcast from Spotify. So it's no way. And that was a tiny little podcast with like 200 listeners episode. It's no way that he doesn't know the reason as to why they completely took that channel from him. It's no way. Because at the very least, he would have been notified or could be able to get in contact with somebody depending on the size of that channel. It's no way he didn't know that. Yeah, this is just the kind, since the industry runs on kind of artisans. Yeah. Let me see what y'all saying. That's that I'm too famous for the ish that you suggesting again. Looks like showering is optional. Yeah, he definitely looked dirty. Shout out to ooh, that's a name on you. Nerunary, I guess. Shout out to you. Sorry for fucking your name up. Same reason they go to Vlad, because the audience is there. Nobody watches Vlad because they care about Vlad. Nobody talks to Vlad because they want to talk to Vlad. I got you. Yeah, I had to go shake back on straight.
No luck getting it back despite being in contact with what seems like every Instagram recovery guy on the face of the planet. We were bringing in a very solid amount of cash monthly that was keeping us afloat via selling sponsored posts on the account, and that mostly vanished.
No way you that huge as a platform and you out here like selling ass, like to the point where you selling sponsored posts. Like, Adam, what was going on, Adam? What was going on? I ain't saying like you just, that's crazy, but that's the thing. Like a lot of those big quote unquote hip hop platforms, they all sell sponsored posts like that. It's like they focus on hip hop to get to a point where they can use the cultural capital and leverage that to make money. That's the whole play. That's the whole entire play. It ain't got nothing to do with the appreciation of the culture. None of that shit. It's just a way in. I saw somebody was talking about it the other day, and that's why we got to gatekeep and be mindful of people who don't seem to be from where we from and adapt all of our, or a lot of the stereotypes that they see on some outside looking in type shit. And once they have used it to a point where they kind of like squeezed all the juice out of it and they ready to go to the next thing, because hip hop not gonna get them where they want to get, at least talent wise, they dip and then completely shun the genre. Post Malone, and some other people, but yeah, these niggas really be like just pillaging That's all they be doing. And that's really why I don't fuck with Trapler Ross. Like, I want him to like slip on a banana peel and like fart in a Starbucks in front of everybody. You feel what I'm saying? Like, your shit disgusting, bro. Let me see. What I say? Off the back, cuz. Squabble him. Knock him out. Tell him, come on, get back up, cuz. Knock him out again. Oh, crap. What did I be saying? I mean, I could crash out, but let's get to Z. If you've never heard of him, don't look him up. It's just not it. It's crazy, like when you see what a lot of non-black people are watching in reference to their consumption of hip-hop content. That's kind of what I'm getting to. Naked. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Overnight. And while we've been growing the new No Jumper LA account up ever since and managing to sell sponsored collab posts using my Instagram and the No Jumper LA account, DM or email if interested. We aren't making anywhere near as much from Instagram now. Hold on. Side note, if you're a meta rep, please DM me.
Shout out to Lost in Translation. I appreciate that. But what the fuck did he just say?
LA account up ever since and managing to sell sponsored collab posts using my Instagram and the No Jumper LA account, DM or email if interested. We are making
thirsty. This is an ad. This is definitely a grift. Big time too. I love Tesla.
Anywhere near as much from Instagram now. Side note, if you're a meta rep, please DM me. I would love to speak to anyone who could help with this. And second, in addition to that, we have been hit with a bullshit lawsuit from a former employee. Now, essentially everything in this lawsuit is completely fictional, and every lawyer that I've spoken to about it has described this as basically an extortion attempt, but it still cost us a ton of money already, and it's expected to cost us many hundreds of thousands of dollars to see this through to completion.
I'm too famous for the shit you suggesting. I would be what he said, I'd be bunkered in a small town or some shit. Like Trapper Ross would be tearing the wall. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, that's crazy too when you really think about it. Drake was saying, like, the YouTube creator, content creator, hip-hop content creator that he references is Trap Lord Ross. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Exactly, Easy McConaughey. Shout out to you, bro. I just made the whole connection. Drake don't even look at hip-hop as far as he don't even see it for culture for real. And we know that, but I'm talking about like even as far as what he 1090 Jake, same shit. Is 1090 Jake like what is 1090 Jake? Is 1090 Jake black or white? And I'm pretty sure if the connection that I'm making is it has legs to stand on, 1090 Jake is of this same niche of YouTube hip hop content creation. Just weird. Now I gotta look up and see who 1090 Jake is, because I don't watch that type of shit. Like, I don't watch people who monetize low vibrational black shit purely for their own selfish gains, but also with the underlying intent to showcase to demographics outside of people who watch traditional hip-hop content the lower stereotypes of black culture. It's to the point where you see somebody and you tell them that you're a fan of hip-hop, and they be like, oh, you into that? And it's like, what you mean? It's like, don't all they do is talk about is killing people? It's like, no. Like, you must not know a lot about hip hop. Like where are you getting this information from? Oh, Trap Lil Ross and 1090 Jake. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's just such a very outside looking in, rape and pillage, pause for trigger warning, type of way to make money. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then when you actually see these people, like when I saw Trap Lil Ross for the first time, I just could not believe, like, I just like, bro, like you, and then him not even being from America and just being so disconnected to Black American culture. Like, first of all, you're not Black, so you don't get it. You're not American, you're not Black in America, so you don't get it. You're not even fucking American, so you definitely don't get it. And here you are, hundreds, thousands of miles away, trapped in this little sweat ass bedroom that you live in, making all of these videos speaking about the most dangerous and treacherous shit happening in hip hop culture. Like, if you was doing album reviews, cool. Like, all right, that's cool. But my nigga, like you are leaning on the bad shit that's happening in the hip hop industry to make your book. Disgusting. And here we go with Adam 22 and how this shit connect. And then you look at Drake, even though he's not directly referencing Trap Lil Ross, and I fucked that up, so I acknowledge that. But it's all in the same ecosystem. It's all the same ecosystem, because the hip hop culture vultures like have assembled, and it's almost as if it's in direct response to like the bigger picture and Culture United and shit like that. It's like, nah, we got to get together because we're the bigger entity, and we're really the faces of hip hop. And it's like those leeching ass motherfuckers are really thinking that they're the people speaking for hip hop to take it into this next era. Shout out to Narwar. He is a hip hop gem, bro. He is a hip hop gem. He really keeps it. He only discusses hip hop from a place of appreciation. The politics of it, the race politics and shit, don't even get into it. Like, I've never seen a piece of content from him that I didn't like. Narwar's the guy. Excuse me. Like I said, allergies. Worst time of the year for me. Let's finish this video.
It's insane to me that a person that we did so much for can just invent some grievances out of thin air and cost us this much money as a result. This person has literally lost every single friend that he used to have when he worked at No Jumper. His streaming career has completely tanked, and he even got kicked off the podcast that he left No Jumper to start. But somehow that's our reality, and we have to fight this rather than just give in to this piece of shit. So as a result of all these circumstances, we are making some changes. Over the last few months, we laid off multiple employees in an attempt to reduce our expenses as much as possible. We closed down our store on Melrose, and we're in the early stages of selling our current warehouse and moving into a smaller space. To be honest, aside from the layoffs, which sucked, I'm pretty happy about a lot of these changes. I've realized that I should have paid more attention to DJ Vlad and kept my overhead as low as possible, particularly in terms of staff and location. I'm confident that once we get the building sold, we'll be in a pretty solid financial position again as a business. Oh, and I also just want to note that I am talking about No Jumper as a business. I've got another business in the form of Plug Talk, and I've got a pretty decent investment portfolio on a
Yeah, he pulling. This is Operation Elon Musk. I'm finna hide. I'm finna move some shit around. I'm finna move some shit around. He like, this is just like, this is one of those things that a lot of YouTubers, I've realized, like a lot of career YouTubers do. Like, when their numbers dip, they post a video with the tagline, "I have a confession. I almost died. this is the end. That's what this is. And once he gets the captive audience, he sell them shit. And I've seen this a bunch of times. I'm not gonna call no names because it'd be respectable dudes sometimes, but they just be trying to get that bump. You know what I mean? I've seen in the lifestyle blog and shit that my wife be watching that I watch sometimes. Like they do it over there too. Like if you're making your living off of content and it slow down, you got to do some shit to bring niggas back. And this how I know he grifting. I don't know if y'all can see this. The first, like, it ain't even a description. Click here to become a member. Promote your music with no jumper. Check out our online store. No jumper Patreon. Check out our new Spotify playlist. And all this other shit. But the first 4 or 5 things is involving making money. This is a grift big time. Become a member in the Patreon, which I understand. But now the money that you were making as an auxiliary, like through the social media shit, is slowing down because you don't have a captive audience anymore that you can make money off of in excess. So what you got to do is what you should have did the first time is build yourself off a subscription model. It only makes sense. Everybody's doing it. Like we thought we was getting rid of cable, and look at Netflix, look at Spotify, look at Hulu. We got 6 different cables. Because if you like me and you got Disney, you got Apple Plus or Apple TV Plus, you got Amazon, you got fucking Netflix, Paramount, fucking Tubi, all these other places, you paying for cable all over again. And I got and Microsoft and Apple. I mean, and Adobe. So everywhere you look, it's a fucking subscription. Even though the car washes are doing subscriptions. You know what I mean? So it's like Adam 22, you are 4 years behind at the earliest. Best case scenario, you are 4 years behind with the subscription model. 4 years behind. You should have been leaning on that. That should have been your primary source of income outside of strategic partnerships. My nigga, you out here booming, promoted, posting shit. Like, how you supposed to be a drug cartel and you still pumping dime bags? Like, it does not make sense. It does not make sense. Like, this is not good business. This is not good business. It's fucking crazy. Okay, I'm gonna read this. Lost in Translation said, I got them, but you're doing it wrong. You get a small group of trusted people. Each one of you gets one service and share the password. Netflix, the only one you have to buy an additional account. That's smart. That's smart. Appreciate it, Miss Mia. Hit the like. Yeah. Shout out to wifey with the skincare regimen. Yeah, you know, the woman always gonna make sure you're good. I just gotta stay consistent. But yeah, let's finish the grift.
Personal level, I mean, shit, I'm not $2 million in debt, and I never had to file for bankruptcy like T-Rel. But I honestly spend pretty much all of my time trying to create as much content as possible with no jumper, and I can't really justify doing so unless the fundamentals of the business make sense. It was a big decision to share this stuff with you guys, but at a certain point, I realized that I've been honest with the world about just about everything in my life over the years, and it felt wrong to keep all this stuff that we've been dealing with in secret. So I know what you're thinking. What can you do to help? Well, I do have some ideas, which I'll sort into 3 categories here: free, cheap, and generous. Free. Obviously, I'm infinitely thankful to anyone who watches our content at all, follows us on the @NoJumperLA Instagram, and in particular, those of you who drop likes and comments on our videos and Instagram posts. In the long run, that stuff.
Okay, so we ain't gotta watch the rest. because it seemed like the rest of it. Let me scroll up through it. Is the I ain't finna let him try to sell y'all on this shit. All right, so you ain't going broke. You just need help. For the people who not going to subscribe, you need them to help you find subscribers. Excuse me. Can we watch Ray Vaughn instead of this creep? I feel like I could do a reaction and it'll be better. Yeah, I feel like I do a reaction to the Ray Vaughn, but what's something else that we could let's watch the J. Cole apology real quick. I just want to see it. Please, can we watch the J. Cole apology since the anniversary is in a couple days? And that's why I made the thumbnail about it being the anniversary, is because the anniversary of the apology is coming up. We are like wedged in between the release of 7 Minute Drill and the apology. And I feel like I want to watch the apology. And Black Hiller, I know. I did a Flat Shasta reaction. The members got it. It'll be out sometime this week. It'll be sometime this week. So yeah, I got that. I got that Flat Shasta. It was beautiful. And I know he dropped something else. So I'll react to that too. And that'll be, a part of the, Let me see. If you want to hear a really dope jazz suite interpretation at Meet the Grams, I got a video timestamp ready. Don't know if you've seen it already. I haven't. Put it in the comment section, please. You got to April the 7th to get your shit together. The hard part 4. It's just crazy how a lot of that shit just lined up. Let's watch this apology, bro. I'm sorry.
Bro. Nah, I gotta.
Bro, this shit is so crazy, bro. Bro, quick story time before we start. Shout out to everybody who's liked the stream, everybody who's chatted in the stream, commented, all of that stuff, and definitely shout out to the people who are members and those who do super chats. It's much appreciated. This is what allows us to continue to create content, because as you know, the reactions don't garner money unless somebody's gracious enough to green light those or whitelist them. So much appreciated. We finna get into this, and it's just, bro, real quick story time. On the day that this apology happened, and if you watch our content, you've probably heard about this, but another one of the content creators in the city, he invited us to do a podcast the night of April 7th. So we pull up, it's cool, we chilling, we having this very dope commerce versus culture conversation and all of this shit. And then I have like my first like full-fledged J. Cole crash out, right? I am on J. Cole helmet, like legit, like, nah, he fake, like y'all, like people think he this and he ain't that, man. He really hiding who he really is and all of this shit. J. Cole is trapped behind a persona that he don't really believe in, and that's why he be acting out in the feature verses, yada 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 yada, going crazy, right? Screaming, but I know how to pod, so I'm doing it right. Like I'm screaming in a way that like brings entertainment value, and they really let me get my shit off. Like somebody was trying to argue, but it was just giving me more room to get my shit off. So as I'm mid J. Cole conversation, like hitting like the final point to what I'm trying to say, and boom, the guy who was producing the episode said, y'all not gonna believe this shit. And we was like, what? He was like, J. Cole just apologized. And I got up and walked out the studio. And that's why I want to watch it, because I was actually creating content on this day. And then this is kind of what took me into reacting more seriously, which led to the channel blowing up. But this is a huge part of it. So let's watch it.
Get these off. I gotta get these off. So look, I want to do this song right now for y'all. I want to do this song. Let me grab this motherfucker. I want to do this song for y'all right now. But before I do it, I just want to talk to y'all for a second. This song right here is probably my favorite shit I ever did. But I want to tell y'all a story behind this song that I just have not told before. And I want to tell y'all this right now. When I made this song right here, prior to this song and the making of this album right here, I was in a cloudy, like dark place, right? Meaning like I was doing shit. I had talent. I had belief in myself. I had motion. But at the same time, I also had fear. I had fear that maybe I wouldn't get to where I wanted to go. And so that fear had me moving in an unusual way, right? It had me moving in a way that I damn near was thinking about and listening to people's expectations of me and then responding off of that, right? And around the time I made this song, I had just more of a spiritual alignment. I got more in tune with God, like for the first time in my life and the most clearest time in my life, I got in tune. And it was not a switch. It's not just a switch that I clicked, but it did take work. And a song like this is the result of that work. Only because I was so clear when I was making this song and making this album was I able to do this. Now, why am I?
Okay. So if you was watching the stream that I did, was it last week? Whenever the case is, I was saying I think we owe J. Cole an apology. And I want to do a video on that because I think it's nuanced. And of course that'll be the title, but I'll explain my point. But the part of the issue that I'm having with this particular part is I remember J. Cole said he don't really like be reading no religious text and shit. But bro, you just found this super profound and prolific relationship with God just out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, gang. Like, all right.
I'm saying all of that. Because all of the goofy type shit that I look back on that I was doing before that, luckily, I look at the last 10 years of my life and I go, damn, like, my life been peaceful. My life been blessed. I've been happy. I've been moving on my own accord, off my own desires, my own wants. Now, why am I saying all of that? All of that shit led me up into this point. 10 years later, after this song, I'm here. Here I am. I've been.
Now listen, hear me clearly. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that we should forgive him for what he did. That's not what I'm saying. And I address it in the video if I don't feel compelled to spill the beans right here. And then I just probably have to clip it up and do whatever the fuck. But I'm not saying excuse what he did, because he did what he did. And a reason that I would think to be of the mind to give him grace is because he did what he did. But still hold him accountable. Because it's to the point where it's like, you ever had a friend who did you wrong? And it's like, I understand why you did it, but I still can't really fuck with you. But I'm not going to harbor resentment for what you did to me anymore. But I understand it. I understand it. Like that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, it's not like, damn, you sit like you did some foul, disloyal shit, and I'm gonna be cool with you again. It's just like, damn, we human and we do fucked up shit sometimes. And it might be reasons as to why you did the fucked up shit, even though I'm not gonna fuck with you no more. I think it might be a tad bit heavy-handed and possibly hypocritical from my perspective as to why I'm holding you to such a standard when we're sitting here advocating for another person to be understood. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm still holding you accountable for what you did, but I think I'm gonna step back on the open and shut case of it all, if you feel what I'm saying, and hold out the opportunity for you to prove my assertion right or prove me wrong with the fall off. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying what he said. Remember, J. Cole graduated magna cum laude from St. John's University with a communications degree. This was a part of the plan. His calm strategy, aka change management strategy. I want you to explain that to me. D2B2 said he's a lot more forgiving than I am, him being me. I just think I'm trying to understand him. That's it. I'm just trying to understand them. Like, my whole point with this channel is to understand the human experience. That's my whole, I think that's my greater purpose with what this is. Like I said, I got my bachelor's in psychology and I thought about being an actual counselor, but I just don't know if I can take on everybody's problems like that. So I say that to say, like J. Cole did, he definitely did some fuck shit. He definitely did some fuck shit. That's all that I think that's beyond saying. We can already acknowledge the fact that he did some fuck shit. I think it's where people are like, no, I'll never forgive him. It's just like, bro, like, let's not be that callous with how we handle somebody for some shit that he did that ain't even hurt nobody for real. It's just some weak ass hip hop shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's what, just trying to take the grip off of that stance that we have and just be like, all right, you did some fuck shit, and just let it be there. You feel what I'm saying? But let's keep going. And you can have all the book sense in the world and not have a lick of common sense. My mom used to tell me that all the time. And shout out to Gen X. My ADHD brain won't ignore the patterns. He does not deserve an apology. He's manipulative. The apology was to get, like, that's kind of clickbait. That's kind of clickbait. The point I'm making is because people gonna be like, damn, an apology? Because a lot of Cole fans gonna watch it and they gonna get caught in the gotcha. Like Kanye say, gotcha. Gotcha. You feel what I'm saying? So I think it's just one of those things. I think it's accepting that it's coming to a point of acceptance about an action or series of actions that he's taking, and not just holding him in a permanent place of contempt for that. Because at the end of the day, it's like bad, but it ain't that bad. You feel what I'm saying? Like, him being a people pleaser or a snake or both, like, it was all for the selfish goals of him propelling himself hip-hop wise. Like, he ain't hurt nobody. Like, this shit's still weak and it's still gonna greatly affect his career. So I'm saying let's acknowledge that, because that's the truth, and just move forward. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, I might be saying all of this and then I cut on the fall off and can't play it. So don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to get y'all to be like, or I'm not really trying to get y'all to do anything. I just think it's interesting to look at it from that perspective. Like, hey, let's just get a nigga grace. He did some fuck shit. And let's see if we can, how it affects us going forward. Because I think it's an exercise in giving somebody grace that you don't know at all. Because if you can do that, I think it'll be easier to do it with somebody you know. You feel what I'm saying? So let's finish listening to it.
Just chasing my shit, you know what I mean? Like following my dream and just trying to like head to the fall off in the way that I wanted to do it. And so I put out this project on Friday called Might Delete Later. I don't know how many people done checked it out or whatever, but I put this project out. And I swear to God, I'm so proud of that project because I know, one, it's just a lead up. It's just an EP that leads me up to this thing that I've been working on for a long time. And I know the work it took to get to a certain type of skill level. And I love this shit. So that shit mean a lot to me, right? So I'm so proud of that project, except for one part. It's one part of that shit that make me feel like, man, that's the lamest shit I ever did in my fucking life, right?
Okay. Now, this is the part of this whole thing that pissed me off, right? Excuse me again. Allergies. But like, yeah, man, like you really got on this stage. And this is where I agree with y'all as far as the people pleasing and borderline manipulative behavior. Because I still feel all of these feelings. I'm just not gonna harbor anything towards J. Cole. It's like, all right, cool. You did that weak shit. I'm gonna let it go. And there will be no point in time where I can allow myself to forget that you did it, but I can stop feeling a way towards you for it. But this part right here, whenever I hear it, it's just like it goes into another piece that I'm working on where I'm talking about J. Cole getting stuck in the middle. J. Cole created, because all of this stuff is a part of his own creation. He is dealing with a series of choices that all came together at one particular point in time where the pressure was as highest as it could have possibly been. And that amplified the choices that he made, because the choices that he made would then be highly indicative on his character in that particular point in time. You feel what I'm saying? So he had clear roads to take. He could have completely disengaged from the beginning, and he could have played the pacifist role to a T and then just went off and did what he chose to do after that. So if he doesn't drop 7-minute drill in Port Antonio, we look at him completely different, but he did. So we can't ignore that. If he drops 7-minute drill and stands on it and then has a war of words and then he lose, we look at him different, but that's not what he did. So we can't ignore the fact that that didn't happen. And he also could have just not got on first person shooter and shot in the first place, which leads to you looking at other shit that he did when it's like, oh, you really been shooting for a long time. So the point that I'm making is all of the shit that happened is J. Cole's fault. It's all J. Cole's fault. And that's what I'm saying. Shout out D2B2. And that's the point I'm getting to right now. It's clearly a pattern. It's clearly a pattern. J. Cole, and that's why I'm saying where we should have a bit of understanding for it, because not to give him the excuse to do it, because that's not what I'm talking about. But J. Cole has been battling his pride for his entire career. I saw Lashina. We might watch it after this, I guess. But I do just want to get through this because the point I'm making is J. Cole, it's obvious that J. Cole is prideful. Anybody who's reached the level of success at that level has to have a huge ego, to some extent, at least in the persona that they carry, as like in the medium that they're successful in, whether it be LeBron James or Kobe, AI, anybody. You got to have a sense of ego. Like Prince and Michael Jackson used to get into it and shit all the time. Like, if I'm not mistaken, Prince started to run Michael Jackson over with a car or some shit. So the point I'm making is these niggas is prideful. J. Cole trying to be peaceful. So J. Cole was battling the set of horns and the halo that he talks about all the time, especially in his earlier music. He's battling that. Port Antonio was him trying to deal with both sides at the same time. And then with 7-minute drill and its apology was him trying to do that too. But the thing that makes it where it's off-putting to people, and me as well, I'm in people, it's all of the shit that he did leading up to it. He put himself in an extremely weird position where he didn't have to. He didn't have to. You feel what I'm saying? So J. Cole definitely put himself in a weird position. J. Cole had been shooting and attracting this type of energy for years, not necessarily from Kendrick solely, but J. Cole had been, as we called it in one of the previous live streams, doing a lot of shadow boxing and inviting that type of. He had been like, bro, I can't wait to get in fight or flight. And then when fight or flight came, he tried to do both, and that's why the shit kind of. And that's why it's hitting people different, because he didn't commit to nothing. And that's what this is. He wouldn't commit to anything. And that's the biggest thing. Like he has this big dilemma where he can't commit because he's worried about how people will perceive him if he chooses a lane. And I feel like he perceives himself being least problematic or least polarizing if he stays in the middle. Like you said with the middle child shit. Let's keep going.
And I know this is not what a lot of people want to hear. I know I can hear my niggas up there right now like, nah, I don't do that. But I got to keep it 100 with y'all, right? I damn near had a relapse, right? Because y'all heard some shit that happened two.
Nah, not this time, nigga. We following through.
3 weeks ago, however long it was. Y'all heard that bazooka that was dropped on the motherfucking game, right? So
nah, like this shit week 2. Like don't big up the nigga who responded, or like don't big up the like you want this nigga to get off your case. So you bigging him up, but also you putting Kendrick in a weird spot because now if Kendrick does want to bomb on you, or Kendrick in the process of writing some shit to take your head off, you completely like now Kendrick's character is on the line. And this is what starts to make it fucked up for J. Cole, particularly because you shot first. Because Drake didn't really say much in first person shooter. A lot of the directed shit came from J. Cole, which was unexpected. But then when you look back, it's actually what you would have expected. Like you go to listen to some of the songs that he was doing, especially like post 2022. It's like, okay, this shit, a lot of this shit is pointed. Like you listen to what's that song? Jada P's Candid, Heaven's EP. I had a list of songs, but it was like 4 or 5 songs. It's like, oh, bro, you shooting at niggas. Like in a little bit, I think he was shooting. He was shooting. And at that particular point, it's like, okay, well, who could he be shooting at? Then Bennett was like, nah, he's shooting at them niggas y'all think he competing with. Then it was like, okay, well, if we take that into context, you look at it from that perspective, oh, this nigga shooting at Kendrick because he's not shooting at Drake because he's buddy with Drake. And then he gets on first person shooter and takes more direct shots. It's like, oh, okay, so you shooting at Kendrick, you feel away. And then you drop 7-minute drill, which exposes how you really feel, but you're battling both sides again. You battling the pride and you battling the pacifist nature that you want to have. And that's why you don't sound committed. And that's what I'm saying. Like the commitment issue of this whole thing is what got him fucked up in the first place. Because if he would have just been like, nah, bro, I feel like if I commit to being violent and bringing in that energy, it'll eventually come to my doorstep. And I don't think he foresaw that. And that's where I'm saying he got in this position and he didn't know what to do. Because he never thought for 1 second that he was going to eventually have to fight somebody. Even though he started to get more and more direct with who he was shooting at. He never thought this shit was going to happen. He never thought this shit was going to happen. Let's see. Shout out to D2B2. He said J. Cole was out here scraping and scrambling on Port Antonio. I'm fed up. I'm crashing out. I get it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, J. Cole did a lot of shit. He did a lot of shit, y'all. And I agree with y'all from that perspective. He did a lot of fuck shit. A lot. And y'all have heard me say it time and time again. J. Cole did a lot of fuck shit. I just think in his ultimate goal of being number one, he went outside of himself to get it or to attempt to get it. And if I'm taking him at his word, he's attempting to show now that he's taking steps back to being who he wants to be. And if that's the case, it'll show itself on the fall off. But if not, J. Cole is going to get the worst crash out imaginable for me. That's the point I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to extend him like a moratorium, if you will. I'm not saying let's write it off. I'm kind of saying like, hey, you gotta, as your parents used to say, or as my mama used to say all the time, you got an ass whooping on layaway. You got an ass whooping on layaway. And shout out to the mods. I saw y'all get somebody out here. I didn't really get to read it, and it's probably for the best. But yeah, he got an ass whooping on layaway from me. So if he come back and his whole thing was to like hey, ingratiate myself with my fans so I can kind of wiggle out the back door, which is what I think or what I thought prior and what I still have in the back of my mind. The fact that I tried to extend you grace and you doubled down, well, at this point, you quintuple down on the bullshit, I'm gonna really, really, really stick my foot off in your ass. So that's kind of what I'm saying. That's kind of what I'm saying. Let's keep going.
All of this time,
My bad, D2. My bad, D2. Let me finish these other super chats. I'm trying to see where we at. Shout out to KC becoming a member. D2B2 says Skip's a good dude. That's part of why I mess with this channel. I'm hoping that y'all good energy rubs off on me. I still have some work to do. We all do, bro. Like I be wilding sometimes. Like I just talked about Drake getting pissed on for like 30 minutes. Shout out to D2B2 again for gifting more We Are Decipher memberships. Man, I appreciate y'all becoming members and gifting memberships because it gives more exposure to what we do on the channel, and it allows us to try shit that the algorithm might not be so not envious of, but like just ready to throw out. You know what I'm saying? Because I got some shit that I want to try. You know what I'm saying? And some of the and like I said, the reactions and shit don't pay anything. So if y'all support us that way, we can do shit and build the channel up slowly and organically without having to sell out. You know what I mean? And just have a real community. Dre said, this the part Cole supposed to brought out Drake and did first person shooter. And that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Because I was like, that should be hip hop as fuck. Because I think they said Drake was in the building. So imagine if they close out the show with first person shooter. This is a hip hop moment etched in history. And now we got this. So as a hip hop fan, I'm on some shit. I was on some shit where like, bro, I can't forgive you, bro. Like you took one of the biggest moments in hip hop history and turned it into some pseudo emotionally intelligent babble bullshit. And I wasn't fucking with it. I wasn't fucking with it at all. So now my whole point is, and it probably just a stage I'm going through in my life of just trying to extend grace to people. You feel what I'm saying? So I understand if y'all don't necessarily agree, but I do want to try to crystallize those thoughts and see, and see what people really think about it. But he said, I was watching live and I didn't see that. Well, I saw it live, but I wasn't watching up until that point. So we had to watch the playback. I thought the grand finale was big as a Super Bowl. It definitely wasn't. Skip, it ain't just this situation. It's a clear pattern. That's what I'm saying. Behavior, throwing rocks and high hands. And I've said this several times, like with the No Name, Diggy, Simmons. This nigga done dissed a lot of people. This nigga really dissed Lil Pump and then brought him on an interview and kind of talked down to him in the interview. So I'm not saying J. Cole is perfect. J. Cole might not even be good as a person. I'm just, I think I just want to ease up and give him one last opportunity to disappoint me. I think that's what it is. I might be putting myself in a position to be disappointed again. So if that's my fault, the crash ought to be well warranted. But let's go.
Me moving on my own accord, for the first time I was tested. Why am I tested? Because I got the world and I got my niggas like, what you gonna do, Cole?
But like I say, somebody said the coaches built on accountability. Was that Dre? Hold on. Hold on. What you said, Dre? My bad, because I saw that, but I think it was like the black culture is built off accountability, and I get that 1,000%. I get that 1,000%. So, and that's another part of why this conversation is nuanced, because that's a part that if he doesn't accept on the fall off, I'm not fucking with him. I'm trying to give him the opportunity to maybe his mind is clear now that he's distanced himself from the situation and he can look at it unbiasedly and be more accountable. But if not, it's like, all right, I gotta crash out. Because I agree, we gotta be accountable. And that's what I'm trying to do, is hold him accountable for what he did and not throw it under the guise of human development solely. I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna stop holding it against you. I realize that you a human who do fucked up shit. I get that. I get that. This little weird ass smile he got on his face. That's the smile. That's the grin of a sneaky nigga. That's a sneaky nigga right there, bro. That's a sneaky ass dude right there. Many walks. Shout out to you for the $5 super chat. I feel for him. He has skills, but I think he struggles with imposter syndrome. I don't think he has the confidence. That's why his songs lack conviction. I can agree with that. And that's why I was saying about the commitment thing, because anytime you have to make a commitment, whether it be like myself, like with the channel, I just stepped back 2 days from my other job, so I got to cover that some type of way. And my goal is to, I'm finna go 10 toes down into creating content. Of course, I still work my first job and 2 days at my second job, but I have not finite, but I have more definite goals with the channel now. So I'm gonna move with that accord, but that takes commitment. I can't be halfway in and halfway out with that, because if not, it'll show in the work. So with all that I was saying, like, commitment is 90% of your character. And that's why we look at Kendrick in a certain light, because he shows, regardless of what he does, he's committed to it. And he stand on that. And it's a confidence in it, and an admirable quality in that. And I think that's why we're not fucking with J. Cole now, because he lacks the conviction to stand on it, to stand on his actions. So now we don't know what he believes in. Now we don't know what he believes in. And with Drake, he doubling down on the bullshit. So we know what he prioritized. I just think we looking at J. Cole now, it's like, so where do you actually stand? And I want to give him the opportunity to explain that. This was terrible. This was horrible. As far as hip hop, this is one of the top 10 worst things that I've seen in my lifetime in hip hop. Not going back in the 90s or no shit like that, but just as far as what I've seen, this top 10 worst things in hip hop. Outside of murder and all of that shit, just purely hip hop. This is top 10 worst. And shout out to Gen X with $10 super chat. Much appreciated. People think fully healed means calm, nice, and quiet. As someone who is, trust me, that ain't it. It means I stand on business and ain't taking ish from anybody ever. I dig it. I dig it. And me on my journey, I think, especially like where I'm at in real life, I ain't one of the people like, bro, I've been through a lot of shit, bro. I've been shot, I've been stabbed. I ain't been through no shit like that. I have been crossed, double crossed, triple crossed even. And I tend to hold resentment. So I think this is an exercise in my personal growth. Y'all might just be on the road with me, and that's probably why y'all don't agree, and that's cool. That's cool. So yeah, I just want y'all to see where my head at. No Diddy.
My niggas like, boy, I must have had 1,000 missed calls. Oh my fucking God. Text flooded. I couldn't even answer my shit. Nigga, it's wartime. Boom, 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 right? Niggas want to see blood. And I was conflicted because, one, I know my heart, you know what I mean? And like, I know how I feel about my peers, these two niggas that I just been blessed to even stand beside in this game, let alone chase their greatness, right? So I felt conflicted because I'm like, bro, I know I don't really feel no way, but the world.
Grip, aim, squeeze. Shout out to you. Real quick. But yeah, shout out to Keish for this. I remember you was conflicted. Misusing influence. That's a fact. Grip, aim, squeeze. He said, I don't think fully healed people do shit that was done to them to other people. Players fuck up, gang. Players fuck up. I think intention intention and conviction is a huge part of action as an individual. So now I'm kind of with I just want to see. We need a Patreon Zoom. What that mean? What you mean by that?
I want to see
A Zoom meeting? Is that what you're talking about? Okay. If so, let me know.
blood. I don't know if y'all can feel that, but the world want to see blood. So I say,
Nigga, we wanted to see you rap, nigga. Nigga, we wanted to see you rap, nigga. Ain't nobody want to see no fucking blood. Like, I remember when people was watching and we was like, bro, get Drake out the way. We don't even want to see Drake. We want Kendrick and J. Cole to have a rap Olympics. Everybody saying that which one of them can rap the best. And J. Cole been on a 5-year feature run. This, that, and the third. And what Kendrick at? He dropped 3 verses a year. Nah, nigga, we wanted to see y'all rap. We wanted to see y'all niggas rap. And you thought because people weren't fucking with 7-minute drill because it was mid, you thought we wanted you to try to eviscerate Kendrick. No, nigga, we wanted to rap. We wanted you to rap like you meant it. We wanted you to rap with conviction, commitment. That's it. Nigga, how you gonna jump in a beef with one leg out the ring? Nigga, no, you gotta dive all the way in. And I think that's also, I think Kendrick looked at you like at least in hip hop terms, he looked at you like a mark. So I feel like he was like, shit, even if now, if I swing on Cole, is he gonna fight back? Is he gonna fight back? You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro, if I slap this nigga now, like, do I get credit? Do I get credit for punching on the nigga who stole on me low key and then apologized? Yeah, habitual line stepper. Like me and granted, it was after the fact, but me and DJ said that, and I think in our beef and review videos, we was like, bro, niggas didn't really want to see. I mean, of course, for like the top position in hip hop, I think the Drake versus Kendrick was inevitable. They had been having this Cold War for like a decade and some change. So it was only a matter of time before they clashed. So that had to happen. That had to happen. But on some real deal hip hop shit, niggas really wanted to see Cole versus Kendrick, bro. Niggas really wanted to see Cole versus Kendrick, bro. Just on some pure rap shit. They could have dapped up afterwards. It ain't have to get crazy like that. We just want to see who can rap the best. But we knew the fade that had to happen. We knew that Drake and Kendrick had to go fight to the death in the gladiator ring for our enjoyment. We knew that had to happen. And it did. But Cole interjected himself. Cole interjected himself. He made it a big 3 thing. He brought all of this energy to himself. And he thought that it was going to result in him eventually being number 1, or at least having people believe that he was number 1, or affirm to him that he deserved to be mentioned with those other 2 people. And his fatal flaw in that is that he didn't consider what came with that. That's his biggest problem. J. Cole lacked foresight. He lacked foresight. He lacked foresight. And that led to him now in a perpetual fight with pride and passivism. He don't know what to do. He don't know. Like, Port Antonio was a man who was confused. He got in the booth and was like, damn, like, shit, like I would have beat him, but that was my friend. But yeah, but bro, them niggas be using bots, but I'm really like the purist with this shit, but I'm really want to be nice, and I'm really nice with the rapping too, and I really could cook niggas, but is that really me? Like, J. Cole don't know. He don't know where he want to go. He don't know where he want to go. And that's why the fall off is probably gonna be the most important piece of art in his entire career. whether niggas listen to it or not, just for the creation of it. He been amping it for 6 years. He said it's been 5-6 versions of it. And if the fallout, I mean not the fallout, but if the off season and Might Delete Later are any indication of the quality, we might be disappointed. But I just hope that nigga get on there and got some fucking commitment to a lane, a path, a direction, a frame of mind of understanding. You know what I mean? Like some accountability, some acceptance of the position he put himself in, and some resolution. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and in that point, I think I can be like, all right, Cole stepped outside of himself, and it seemed like he corrected. And maybe the whole time it was him trying to find himself in a place that he felt validated in. But if not, Cole a bitch. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. He didn't let it get so far that it's he gonna win or he gonna lose. But either way, it's gonna be in a blowout. And by winning, it's like, okay, we can kind of let the shit go. And it's like, all right, Cole, you gain favor back. It's either gonna be that, or it's gonna be like, bro, don't none of your shit hit the same. You might as well retire because we're not fucking with your shit, because don't matter how good you rap, we don't feel this shit, because when it was time for you to prove all of this shit you saying, you backed out and then doubled back on the bullshit multiple times. Like I would have dunked that shit, but we'll never get on the court. And that's weak to me. That's weak to me. Let's finish the plug for Love Yours. If it'll play.
In my spirit of trying to like get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like I try to like jab my nigga back and I try to keep it friendly. But at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, that shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit make me feel, that shit disrupts my fucking peace. So what I want to say right here tonight is, in the midst of me doing that and in that shit, trying to find a little angle and downplay this nigga's fucking catalog and his greatness, I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a fucking microphone? Dreamville, y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct? As do I. So I just want to come up here and be like, publicly be like, bro, that was the lamest, like goofiest shit. And I say all that to say, it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly. And I pray that God align me back up on my purpose and on my path. You know what I mean? I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he,
man, this brother, the Kendrick pressure of it all, bro, I think that's the biggest revelation of this entire battle. Kendrick put pressure on niggas, bro. He made J. Cole go back to God and see the error of his ways and get on stage and apologize while bigging this nigga up. Genuine or not, J. Cole put his career on the line for this. He put his career on the line to get out the way, because he realized he put his career on the line to get in the way. Now, we can argue whether or not that was only in his best interest to back out, or if he, saw the error and before it got too bad, he backed out, But yeah, J. Cole jumped in the water with them sharks, bro, with no protective gear or nothing. No protective gear. And really had to apologize. And now we looking at this shit a year later and we like, bro, this shit is terrible. This shit is terrible. This shit is terrible. It's wild watching it back. And I think I'm just holding out hope that like he proves his better nature right. But if not, y'all think I'm gonna do Drake bad, J. Cole's gonna get it.
He did, my nigga. I got my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm gonna take that shit on the chin, boy. Do what you do.
He was backstage, but that wasn't
like,
confirmed.
All good. Like,
J-Dub.
It's
the
love.
conversation wasn't.
And I pray that I pray that y'all are like forgive a nigga for like the misstep, and then I can get back to my true path. Cause I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Past 2 days felt terrible. Like it let me know how good I've been sleeping for the past 10 years. So all of that to say, man, I wanna now perform the song that's a reminder.
Okay, so we done with that because he finna go into Love Yours. The final issue that I had with this video, right? You got all the way to 7-minute drill and you was sleeping good. You dropped all of those songs on that feature run talking about how you're smoke niggas, knowing that that's kind of taking you off the path to love what you got. And it'll always be somebody more successful or have more clout or be happier or something bigger. But you was really doing this shit actively for 5 years. And it didn't get to the point to where a nigga really wanted to kill you for you to be like, nah, man, you know what? I was doing wrong this whole time. You know what, bro? I'm gonna really get back with God, bro, and like stop being mean to niggas and stop sneak dissing niggas. If that's the case, I'm not going for it. I'm not going for it at all. So in closing with this J. Cole shit is, I really just hope that they telling the truth. Because if not, I'm gonna watch the dirt this nigga. Very bad. Very bad. But yeah. Let me see. Take that off the stage. That was fun. I wanted to discuss that with y'all. I'm glad I was able to get that off my chest. Minnie Walk said Vibe Villa said they thought he was going to play a Kendrick song after this. That shit would have been terrible. Cause at that point, you just like you dragging it. Hold on. Well, now wait. And this from Lost in Translation. K-Dot did his spiritual coming to and still throw shot subs, but the difference is he stands on it. Yeah. My whole issue with J. Cole is conviction. I know niggas not gonna be perfect. That's not the goal. I don't want anybody to be perfect. That's a ridiculous expectation. I just want you to stand on it because it's weird if you don't. Because now I'm not able to trust you as an artist, especially when, like, for example, like I'm not a super Future fan, but it fucked up the listening experience for me when I found out he wasn't really doing drugs, even though it's good that he's not for himself, but like he makes music for people to do drugs to. You feel what I'm saying? Just be authentic. Just be authentic, bro. That's the biggest thing. Ain't none of this shit about being God incarnate on earth. Ain't none of this shit about that. I know niggas gonna be imperfect. Like the best music is made out of imperfection. A lot of the people that we look up to who made some of the most iconic and beautiful music of all time was like heroin addicts and shit. I ain't expecting that. I'm not expecting that. You feel what I'm saying? So I just want niggas to be honest, bro. And if we can get to that point where people being honest and at least transparent with what they project, even if what you project is a character, just be honest in the persona that you're projecting. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like people are going to start, whether you like it or not, living by the shit that you say. You got to be responsible for them words. That's my biggest gripe with this shit. You just got to be you just got to stand on it. Other than that, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. And then we decide after that if it's good for hip hop or not. That's it. I'm sorry for taking y'all all the way around the world, but these streams normally be like 4 hours. So I don't have nobody to bounce, ideas off of. So I got on a diatribe, but forgive me. No, okay, Gen X. Shout out to her, but I already read that one. Shout out to Demetria Glenn with the $10 super chat. you ain't did a doggone thing until you stand up in it. That's a fact. That's a fact. And that's my I lead this up. And that's all I'm saying. Because you get a certain level, it builds confidence because now you trust yourself. And that's another thing I don't think J. Cole got. Like, I think that's where the insecurity and shit come from. And that's a part of the video that I'm working on that hopefully I'll eventually get to. But I'm working on this Drake one now while trying to do all of this other shit. So I'm gonna continually mention that Drake video to y'all. Be like, hey, if you don't drop it this week, I know something. But hopefully that's not right now. I need y'all to chill. Because it's gonna be long and it's gonna take a lot of work. It's my first one, so I want to do it right. But what y'all talking about Pusha T? Pusha T used to sell dope. That's different. Hold on, what y'all saying? Between Future, shout out to Internet R. Bruce. Between Future, Lil Wayne, and Thiz before them and It's Now Cool Again to be an addict. I grew up on I sell it, but I don't do it. Like we know Pusha T don't sell dope, but that's his niche and he does it well. Yeah, man. On some moral high ground shit, I be conflicted listening to drug selling music. But it's crazy. I watch battle rap and niggas talk about killing each other. So that's probably me being a hypocrite. And it might be just based in the fact that I don't like this shit all the time. But I listen to Ross, but I can't listen to Benny. And they basically talking about the same shit. So it's probably just a preference of the artist, and I'm just making excuses why I don't want to listen to it. Yeah. I think I might have just unearthed some shit about myself. But yeah, all of them niggas, everybody rap about some shit to some extent that's, you know, the weighing the good and bad. So I think the issue comes with when you're doing what you're rapping and you didn't grow from it, and now you in trouble with the law and they using it to put your dumb ass and a lot of people with you dumbasses in jail. Like when niggas like do stupid shit in the street to boost their rap careers and not rap about shit that they did that their rap careers potentially saved them from. Because of course, like on some, like if we on some black power shit, anybody who sell drugs is, you know, but if we're looking at it through the lens of entertainment, it's like, hey man, like you was, because they really they really ain't did what they said they was doing. Like they'll be rapping about selling crack and shit. Niggas was selling dime bags of Reggie. Like niggas was really reeing up, and they re-up was like a half an ounce. Like niggas was really just like gassing the shit that they did in the streets because it sound good on wax. But for the people who really out here like killing people and then going into the studio and rapping about it to build a career off of those acts and further their career off those acts, those type of people are unforgivable for me. Because at that point, it's almost like you doing it just for the rap shit. And you low-key a demon. So, yeah, man, true. Bruh, Jeezy is my nigga, bruh. Like, yeah, bruh. Jeezy, like my high school and early college years, bruh, Jeezy was the one. I can't wait to do a discography revisit on Jeezy. I can't wait. Because his music is better as far as a listening experience than trying to explain it like an album breakdown. So yeah, when we do those, I can't wait. I don't know when it's coming, but bro, Jeezy got some out of all of the like that era of trap, because the trap genre has so many different connotations. Like trap music, like as far as how T.I. dubbed it, like that. Like, and like with that specific name, I put T.I., Jeezy, Gucci, and those guys in that. I'm taking Jeezy music quality wise, like just my preference. Like I don't think any one of those other artists got a project as good as The Recession for me. And TM101 is TM101. And Can't Ban the Snowman, like, before I could think about getting the shirt, it was already disbanded in school. Like, you couldn't wear the shit. Yeah, I mean, shit, T.I. like dubbed the name trap music, if I'm not mistaken. It's trap music. This ain't an album, it's a game, it's a trap. So yeah, Jeezy was my favorite. Jeezy was always my favorite. Like, DJ favorite, I guess, out of those three is T.I. Like, he fuck with T.I. like I fuck with Jeezy. Jeezy music is like, of course he has some not so good shit, but Jeezy got some fire ass music, bro. Fire ass music. Let me see what y'all talking about in here. Jeezy and T.I. going head to head for me, and Jeezy might got it. It's tough. I think it is. I really think it is. Brad and Jeezy had like spells where he don't even be rhyming. And that shit still hit. That shit still hit, bro. God bless all the trap niggas. Okay, Future. Let me see how this conversation goes. I will most definitely be here for that, because you got mixtape G's and album G's. And yes, I always said The Recession is before its time. Bro, that album, The Recession is special, bro. The Recession is special. I remember, real quick, I remember, this is before I even met my wife, like my girlfriend in high school, we had broke up and she had started dating this other dude. Like, so I remember like listening to what's the name of that song? Put That on Everything. Like, you nigga ain't seeing me. I put that on everything. Like, as I was getting back to myself, shit. Like, cut that shit on, nigga, ain't, bro. I'm telling you, like, and then like that get back be so crazy. I can't tell y'all what I did, but I got my leg back though. Got my leg back. But who is this? To Cecil Love? I don't want to fuck your name up, but yeah, welcome into the stream. The replay will be available. I hope you enjoy what you get from this point going forward. Dre said J. Cole don't got an album better than Jeezy Recession quality. Fuck no. No, he does not. I'm with you, kid. T.I. for me too. I mean, it's preference. I feel like T.I. had more commercial appeal. But I could have seen Jeezy on the song with Rihanna. Like that, like that's Jeezy, shit, like come on now, like that could have been Jeezy. I just saw that. Let me see. Rather asking Chat and Skip, which song from Gen X do you want to see the next music video for? We know, well, it only makes sense for Luther to be next, right? So outside of Luther, I want to see Peekaboo, because I want to see what their creative minds do to create the storyboard for Peekaboo. Either that or Reincarnated. Okay, so I got 3. We talked about this in the we talked about this somewhere. I think it was in Patreon. If y'all want to come over and get a part of that chat, it's free to join. It's free to join the Patreon. You can join Patreon as a free member and have access to the chat. I want people who come over there to not just join the chat and watch. If you come over and join the chat, get in there and talk. Like, we're building a community to where we're more accessible. And you can talk to us like y'all not just talking amongst each other. Like, I be in there talking, like they'll tell you. Gen X, Ms. Mia, who else be in Habitual Line Stepper, Unapologetic. A lot of people be in the Dre. He definitely be in the Dre, be in the, like, he come in there and pop shit and then he vanished. But yeah, like, if you gonna come in there and let's chop it up, bro. It'd be a lot of good discourse that take place in there. But to answer your question, Lost in Translation, top 3, and I'll try to pick a one that I want the best outside, excluding Luther, because we know that's coming. Reincarnated, Man at the Garden, and Peekaboo, and I think I would want Reincarnated the most because I feel like whatever he would have to do that, I want to see it. And I also saw I don't know if it was real, but I also saw like a unreleased version of the Feel video from Damn. And if y'all can find that, it may be on YouTube. But if you can see that, you'll see why I want to see Reincarnated. What school I went to? I'm trying to see if I can tell. I went to school in Birmingham, Alabama. I don't know if I really feel comfortable saying what high school I went to, but I did go to a high school in Birmingham. Because as much as we think like this shit just like the internet, somebody walked up on me at work last week and knew who I was. So I just for the sake of that, I'd rather not say. But I do appreciate you saying that. And I appreciate you being a part of the chat. Let me see. Oh, TV off will be crazy, but I feel like shit. I just think creatively Reincarnated to be crazy. Jesus ad-libs made me start listening to Kanye. Okay, so with the Can't Tell Me Nothing, I got you. I hear that. I think I was already on Kanye by that point, but the Jesus shit it made it dope for me. Because I was like, I was really fucking with Jesus at that point in time. Because I was late to the Kanye train. I didn't start listening to Kanye on my own. Because I listened to crack music, but I didn't really listen to Late Registration. I didn't start listening to Kanye on my own accord until Graduation came out. Like that was my first Kanye album that I actually listened to by myself. But let's not talk about him because he'll just pop up out of nowhere. Lost in Translation, a Whacked Out Murals music video would be crazy. I think so too. What if they did TV off animated? What SZA said? I would love that. I would love that. I would love that. Because I just know creatively, like him and Dave Free can't. I mean, I'm sure they could, but I don't think they wouldn't put it out. They wouldn't put out something that wouldn't be fire. Peekaboo can be like a build up to a boxing match would be cool. That's interesting. That's interesting, JJ Kaboy. I fuck with that. Let me see. Yeah, I think, and that's what I was about to say with the shot of D2B2 as far as the TV off thing too. Yeah, I think we already got those. Dodger Blue would be cool, but you know what I think he would do with Dodger Blue? Like, let's say if the theory behind Man at the Garden is really the cemetery, right? Dodger Blue would be him driving to the cemetery. It'll be like a snippet before the first video, before the actual video start. I think that's how he would do it. It'll be one of those videos that's like 3 different songs in one, like God is Gangster. I think it would be something like that. And the beginning of it would be Dodger Blue driving to the cemetery, Man at the Garden at the cemetery, and Reincarnated being him going through that whole process of everything that happened in Reincarnated. I think that would be dope. Yeah, I thought that too, Gen X. But man, I love that song, bro. That's like, as far as my like not considering quality best song, Dodger Blue is my favorite song. Dodger Blue is my favorite song. But yeah, they need to hire me, man. Like I take a little, you know what I'm saying? I take a little commission, like to get them some ideas. I mean, I'm just Skip, but I think that'll be dope though. Dodger Blue into Man in the Garden of the Cemetery, and then the spiritual element of the cemetery creating the environment for Reincarnated. I think that'll be dope. But Black Killer, you gotta know, like Kendrick, Dave Free, PG Lane, they've done this where they've produced like, hold on, let me hold on real quick. Let me show y'all something. We ain't gonna watch the whole thing, but I think in y'all free time, y'all should watch this.
Of replying to emails.
I gotta get
when you
used to
start
it,
replying to an email.
This is Good Kid, Mad City, a short film by Kendrick Lamar, where he goes through multiple songs from the Good Kid, Mad City album. It's 15 minutes long. Y'all should check this out. Like Kendrick really been doing this shit. Here go another one. It's titled God is Gangster from Kendrick Lamar. It was him showcasing multiple songs from Spit Butterfly. He had You to start it off, and then I think he goes into These Walls, maybe. No, he goes into, let's see. Let me not get the stream took down. You, then For Sale. Yeah, so like Kendrick really, like they really go deep into like multiple songs being created for one video. Hold on. Let me see if yeah, and that too. So yeah, he's got, shout out to Miss Mia for pulling the link in. But yeah, I don't think this is anything outside of the realm of possibility for them to create it. When he said good, hold on, wait. Keith said when he said good PUSY will make you melt in that same video you played. I was like, yeah, he's addicted to lust. Yeah, everybody got a vice, man. Everybody got a vice. I was talking to my father-in-law today, and that was kind of like the crux of one of the conversations we was having, man. Shout out to OG Terry. But yeah, everybody got a vice, man.
I feel like I'm losing my focus. I feel like I'm losing my patience. I feel like my thoughts in the basement. I feel like you're miseducated. Feel like I don't want to be bothered. I feel like you may be the problem. I feel like it ain't no tomorrow. Fuck the world. The world is ended. I'm done pretending. And fuck you if you get offended. I feel like friends been overrated. I feel like the family been faking. I feel like the feelings are changing. Feel like my daughter compromised and jaded. Feel
I'm not sure why this video didn't come out. But as you can see, like I was skipping through it to show y'all like parts of the video when he's actually rapping. So you can see that he's like, this isn't just like some fan made shit. And that's why I'm saying, like, if he could make that Reincarnated video would be crazy. It'd be crazy as fuck. Yeah, Miss Mia, please post those in there. Actually, I forgot what we talking about after that. What were we talking about? because we probably got maybe 30 minutes left before I cut it short. I sock you niggas up. The special effects on Reincarnated. Yeah, I feel like with the field video and with a lot of the other stuff he did, I feel like it'll be right in his wheelhouse. Oh, and also PG Lang did a video. Hold on, let me show y'all this too, real quick. Wow, we just talking about Kendrick specifically. Let me show you something PG Lang did. I can't find it. And I don't want to keep looking for too long. But the Melodic Blue from Baby Keem also has like a 20-minute video. It also has like a 20-minute video. So yeah, I'm oh yeah, and We Cry Together, they shot that in one take. And that is just, he showed he can do like down to earth videos that's like super creative. Videos like Rich Spirit that's like super confusing until you like really watch it. And it's like, oh shit, like Buddy was really going through, like that was a breakup video. Like he was in that hole trying to find himself. Like hoping and praying she'll call back. I agree. Lost in Translation. I think I said that in the To Pimp a Butterfly revisit that I did. Like even like some of the locations and how Kendrick was traveling across the screen with the crowd in the back. Very reminiscent to the King Kunta. Even the sound of the song. Tell him Kendrick did it. Man, I would watch that video just to see what's the last dude name? Young Threat? Whoever rap last. I just want to see him perform his part. When he get on there and be like, it's going down to the wire. I just want to see him perform that shit in real life. Like in the video. That should be funny as fuck to me. Rich Spirit makes you understand the lyrics. Young Threat, yep. Makes you understand the lyrics better. I agree. Like he was really with himself on that. Especially when he was rapping in the mirror. Shh, crazy. I knew. I got it right. I ain't say peso and nothing crazy. Hard Part 6. That'll be a dope video too. Riding around in the GNX. I think that'll be dope. Calmatic is a great director. I agree. Anytime they link up, it's a dope result. Exact locations, not like us, or similar to Live and Die in LA. I might need to do some where I watch them back to back. That'll be interesting, Dre. Thank you for that. As a matter of fact, put that in the Patreon to remind me to react to both of them back to back. I appreciate that. I just keep clicking the same ones. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, because it's only right now. GNX video with Curtis King remix. That'll be interesting. Shout out to Curtis King too. I'm gonna reach out to him sometime soon. He came on. I know he on a crazy interview run right now. So shout out to him and for all he's doing. That Rob Markman conversation was dope. The thing he did with Mick Jenkins was dope too. So I'm gonna reach out to him and see if he really wanna create some content together. So because I think that'll be dope. I think I got a lot I could learn from him as well. I think the biggest thing will just be trying to schedule it once DJ's back, because I think that's too big of an opportunity for me to do it without DJ. So I'm definitely gonna reach out to Curtis King, because he came in the chat and we chopped it up. So I think that'll be dope. Yeah. Hear me out. Gloria video transitions into the hard part 6. I think that'll be dope too. Speaking of SZA, I watched is it called One of Them Days? I watched that shit last night. It was cute. It was cute. It was a cute little I always feel like that's so disrespectful, but I feel like it was cute. It was a cute movie. It was, of course, it won't be iconic like Friday or nothing like that, but I feel like it fits that mold of just like wholesome black comedy. I like it. SZA did really well with her acting, like as far as how she lived in that character. Whether or not it's closer to her natural self, we can tell she's extremely nervous a lot of the time. So her being able to get that off, I thought that was dope. It was good. It was good. The girl with the red hair, she was Debo. Shout out to my guy Cat Williams. I did not expect to see him. He was funny as hell. And whoever wrote the movie, I like how a lot of the shit in the beginning of the movie, and I won't spoil it, tie into the end of the movie. I thought that was dope. That's just the signs of a well-written movie. Even though I was like, yeah, I'm gonna lean on guessing that this is gonna happen and it's gonna happen this way. But that was towards the end of the movie, because it was like, this is only one or two things that can happen from this point forward. Somebody gotta fuck up and somebody gotta save the day. So it wasn't no great prediction, but yeah, I thought it was good. Yeah. Shout out to Issa Rae. The Insecure series was dope. It was really good. I went back and watched it a second time recently. It was really good. Yeah, I found that out recently too. Apparently, it was an old video of Tiny Liston saying that Debo was modeled after Big U. It's crazy. Yeah. I feel like the production companies don't want to get behind movies like that because they feel like they're not profitable or whatever the case. Like they can't go to, and it's gonna do crazy numbers at the box office. But my thing is, with a movie like that, it shouldn't cost too much to make it. So if you can make a movie like that with 10 million, put 15 into promotion, I'm pretty sure you'll make 50. Who's that girl? That's Solana? Like, I know who the fuck is Luther. Hey man, I reached out to, and I haven't said this, which Rayvon, Felicia. I did a Flat Shasta reaction Friday. It's in the member section. Sunday is a bad day to release on YouTube, so I'll start releasing those videos to the regular YouTube crowd Monday. It'll come out regular Monday. I appreciate you, D2. I appreciate you, gang. I'm just trying to be me, man. Thank you. Yeah, because like I said in the last stream, never in a million years would I think Kendrick would not only rap on the Luther Vandross sample, but name the song Luther. It was unexpected. That's all. It was unexpected. They did 50 million at the box office. See, quick maths. I had no idea of knowing that. So I know the movie was a success. I the overhead was low. They shot the movie in an apartment, at a check cashing place, a lot of shit in the street, and used one corporate building and a restaurant. They didn't spend no money on that. At the most, they spent $15 million making that movie. At the most. So they're making 50, and then whatever they're gonna make from licensing it off to Netflix, that's a success. Low overhead. If you can triple the amount you made back in production and marketing, that's a dub. That's a dub. You just want a hand over fist. Especially like you got SZA, where like the marketing is doing it itself because she's a star in the midst of a huge run. You know what I mean? Like she go pop up on a couple talk shows. Like shit, like you probably ain't even spending 15 million in marketing. Did Felicia say exactly what video? They spent 14 to make. It's a big. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like they did that. They did that. Ew. I hope Doechii wash her too. I hope Doechii wash her too. That's all I'm gonna say. If y'all not subscribed to Kiki, KEXKE, like her video, like when she talk about Doja Cat, like that shit is something to behold. And I'll go ahead and leak it to y'all. Kiki's coming on the channel next week, April the 12th. I don't know what we're gonna talk about, but I will say this: one of my goals is to get her to break character. That's one of my goals. So if you watch Kiki and you know who she is, and you know the type of content that she creates, I want to get her to break character. I want to get her to break character. I want to make her organically laugh on camera. While I want to put her in a position where she like has to break character. Oh yeah, okay. D2B2. There's a couple, well, not announced, but like I said, Kiki's coming on for a collab episode next week, February 12th. I'm not February. Damn, I'm tripping. That's how you know where life is just going crazy. But April 12th, 7:30. We are the Cypher channel. We will have Kiki on. Like I said, I don't know what we're gonna talk about. But it's sure to be good because she's great at what she does. She's very intelligent. She's very witty. Her dry humor is the truth. Like she know about hip hop. She's willing to have nuanced, multi-layered conversations, and she funny. So I think that'll be dope. It'll allow me like to have a conversation with somebody about multiple different things and multiple different perspectives. And I think it'll be funny. I think it'll be very entertaining. But to D2B2's point, the Who the Fuck Is Luther shirt is the first design that we're working on as of right now. I posted it like just a rough draft of a design that I got from the guy that I'm looking to go through for the shirt. So that'll probably be the first shirt. And then I got another idea that I'm thinking about. Because I think we're gonna do a rebrand as far as like the color scheme and all of the dynamics. Because the guy that I'm talking to, he feels like we could use a slight rebrand. I mean, the logo is like 7 years old. I got the logo in like 2018. So I mean, I guess he know more about that shit than me. But prior to that, before we go into a rebrand, I do want to make a t-shirt with the theme of the initial We Are Deciphered brand identity. So I do want to do one of those shirts, even if it's like limited. I do want to do that. I want to make a Hip Hop Lives Here doormat. I want to do like some mugs. Miss Mia, if I'm not mistaken, asked for a pen, like a lapel pen or something like that. Like just giving a lot of different merch. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's coming. I just want to make sure it's dope. I want to make sure the shirt is good quality. I'm not gonna put our shit on no Gildan or no Jersey t-shirts. I don't want y'all to be wearing shirts that represent us, where the sleeves like pointed up like this after you wash it one time. Yeah, I want to make sure it's good quality. I'm not gonna bust our head unless my head get bust in production. So the goal is to, you know, have some pretty affordable shirts, nice quality. So I keep y'all up to date with that process. And once we get some, like once we iron out the design and the shirt quality and all of that stuff, I will post a link or something for pre-order. I'll post a link or something for pre-order. And then as we come into new designs, I'll take pre-orders for those designs. And D2B2 has spent so much money with the platform. One of everything we get, D2B2 will get for free. Like those first like 6 or 7 drops, like the first, like let's say if we come out with 3 shirts, a hoodie, a mug, a doormat, and a pendant, I'm just gonna ask D2B2 for his address. And cause bro, he done bought this shit 5 times over already. So he'll get this shit for free. But you know, this will be our first venture into merchandising at this level. So I want to make sure it's done right. I don't want y'all to be like, damn, man, Skip did bad business. Skip did bad business. You know, I want to make sure everything right. I want to make sure the shirts look good. I want to make sure it's a good fabric. So I don't want to rush them out. I know somebody was asking about having one to wear to the Kendrick concert. I would love to. Perfect world, I would love to have it ready by then. But realistically, especially for me, because the concert I'm going to is on the 29th in Atlanta. So logistically, it just don't make sense for it to be ready in 3 weeks. But I think the concert goes well into the summer months. So it's possible that one of y'all might be able to wear a shirt into a concert date. So that is possible. All good. I spent money on getting 2 Schoolboy Q Monaco's hats, and I definitely will support your merch too. I appreciate it. Is the Monaco's hat is that Pirate Worldwide? If so, I fuck with their clothing line heavy. I ever since I saw him with that hat, I had been looking for it, and then I found the ad from Pirate Worldwide on Instagram. So if that's who you're talking about, Coach Q book, you talking to me? Okay, I'll put it in the private chat. Dre, I got you. Doechii is tough. I hope she keeps her integrity intact and stands on business while she's moving up. I think she will. I think the way TDE, the chain of command is set up, I feel like you just want, if Kendrick and SZA didn't get too big for the program, I don't think Doechii will. Doechii is a different person entirely, but I don't think she will. I'm gonna just say T Loves. I got a K-Dot mustard shirt. I will get your merch to wear there if it's ready by then. Okay, I mean, no, we don't have a PO box. We do not. So as we get closer to like doing stuff that involves like outreach of materials and all of that shit, of course we'll get a PO box if necessary and all of that good stuff. But as of right now, with everything being so insulated to where we only go back and forth on the internet, I hadn't had a use for it. But yeah, D2B, so I got you, gang. Like, you ain't gotta worry about that. I got you. So once we start to get the stuff in, excuse me, I'm gonna reach out to you some type of way, and I'll give you my email address, and then we'll work it out that way. So we'll get it we'll get it right. What happened? Somebody in the what's the name going crazy? I hope not. Be nice, man. Stop being crazy in the comments or in the chat. Or is somebody always just saying hook me up? I don't know. Bro, got you, bro. Like, we got you. Don't even worry about it. Like, so all you gotta do is once I send you the email address, just respond with good address and your size, and we'll send you over a care package. It's just paying it forward. That's all. That's all. Nothing serious. No, don't take it too serious. Just a couple shirts, a mug or some shit, Peace to you, habitual line steppers. I'm probably finna wrap it up anyway. Thank you for coming in, and like she said, everybody have a good Sunday. Do y'all have any comments before we get out of here? I'm gonna stop at the 3:30 mark, so let's see what y'all got. Okay. Keith said, I'm curious, how did everyone find We Are Decipher's channel? What made y'all subscribe? I would like to know that too. I can tell you why. While people are answering some of the stuff that I've heard, during the beef, of course, like that was huge. Like those reactions drew in a great deal of attention to the channel, but a lot of people said that they stayed because of the vinyl in the background. They said the authenticity in the vinyl. But let's see. Let me go back through it. Appreciate you. No problem. We're gonna try to keep it up while we increase the quantity. Lost in Translation said Euphoria. D2B2 said I think I talk so much shit on YouTube that YouTube cuts me off of my own benefit. JJ Kaboy said for me it was the Meet the Grams video. Yeah, that's my favorite reaction to this day. Star 1980, rewatching all the reactions to the beef. I lose a lot. Euphoria reaction. Tim Miller Fuel reaction. That one brought in a lot of people too. And that was one of the ones where I tried to incorporate a higher level of production. And that, I never would have thought that adding cuts and edits into a reaction video would have caused so much dissension. Like it was like, hey, that was dope how you did that, or who do you think you are? Like, keep it on the straight. Like, you doing too much. I just like, bro, like I do the editing shit too. I thought it was dope. Like, if you go back and watch it and you hadn't seen it, like when Jid was rapping with the shirt, like I was flipping the camera between me and DJ because I wanted to catch a close-up of both of our reactions to it. But some people like this, some didn't. Glad you stayed, Tim. And shout out to you for being a member. And I don't know if you checked the comment section on that video, but it was a lot of shit going on. Lost, it's her personal worldview, internalized massage noir, self-hatred is unattractive. Okay, she talking about Doja Cat. Miss Miles, FTW, the deep dives. Okay. Are you talking about the beef and review? If so, that's dope because we did a lot of work on those, and that was a big moment for us too because that was coming off of the reactions. So I personally was very we were stepping into something that was outside of doing reactions, so I was kind of worried about how people will react to that. So I was like, okay, this isn't that shorter form high dopamine and high in demand stuff. So I was like, okay. So when I saw y'all come in and show love and, you know, we got the views we got on those, I was like, okay, what they were saying was true. Like they fucking with us and they like that we actually, you know, go deeper into stuff. And that was also the introduction for DJ on a larger video too, you know. So that was those deep dives were huge for the channel. I agree with the vinyl. Thank you, man. We put a lot of money in finding and purchasing these vinyls. So the set design was very meticulous. I say that. I found y'all during the battle when the algorithm was being reset. That's edited Bruce. May God add a blessing to the hearers, readers, and doers of this chat. Much love. Shout out to Dre, man. Authenticity of music reviews. Thank you. Thank you. I discovered you on TikTok during the beef and was surprised that your channel didn't have at least 100,000 subscribers. Your videos quality being on top. Man, okay. I posted because I was like, one of my homeboys, actually, my homeboy Rome that's designing the shirt. She was like, bro, you need to get on TikTok. I was like, man, if you get on no fucking TikTok, I ain't got time for that shit. And then posted like 4 videos. And one of them videos right now is like almost at 700,000 views. And a lot of people like came over from those videos, which were a part of that deep dive. So, hey, man, I'm glad, or lady. Well, that's Naya, so that's a lady. I'm glad that was able to reach you. And at that point in time, I don't even think we had 10,000 subscribers. But I think with all that said, I do need to start back posting content on TikTok. I just got to find the time. But where there's a will, there's a way. So I'm going to stop making excuses. Shout out to Miss Mia, Euphoria, and stay for the breakdowns. Thank you very much. T Love said, I saw you during the drop of Euphoria. And you from the South like me, and I wanted to know how it was received in our region, and Meet the Grams video is my favorite. Thank you very much. The South got something to say. Gen X said Euphoria reaction. They felt like cousins were real down to earth and intelligent takes. Thank you. D Willis, Euphoria. Nita KJ. The beef was how I was introduced, but I've stayed because of the overall content. The hip hop knowledge on this channel is unmatched. Man, thank you. Thank you. The goal is to get back into doing album reviews. That's the goal. The biggest thing is building the community around those as well. Because I know certain videos, like I know when I do the reaction, it's gonna get views. So I'm not necessarily worried about that. Maybe not like peak beef era views, because at that point we was kind of like, and I think that's why people were like surprised that we didn't have so many subscribers, because those videos was cutting through like that. But I do want to be able to decide, okay, we finna put 10 hours of investment into doing an album review, from creation to post-production, and know that it's gonna get views. So even if we gotta grind those up, I do want to do those, start doing those again. Because I want to show that we can showcase that level of thought too, outside of just doing reactions and shit. Dre said, y'all just aligned with my culture. Much appreciated, gang. Fuel was incredible. I thought so too. Jen A said I went down a rabbit hole of stuff after the beef. Thank you. Miss Miles said Euphoria. I came for the Euphoria reaction stage. Okay, love this channel. Thank you, Angie Shields. I'm staying for the intelligent conversation. Thank you. I just knew I was fucking with you just from your authenticity and just aligned with what I was feeling about hip hop and culture. I knew this was a space for me, man, especially with the album breakdowns. Thank you. Okay, so the next person say something about album breakdowns, I know that that's something that we want to get back into. So because that's kind of what we were trying to do with Decipher Sundays, because it's a longer video, so it brings the algorithm is like, okay, this is gonna get retention, so it draws in more people. So we're gonna get back to those. We're gonna get back to those. D2B2 said Euphoria reaction, definitely. Meet the Grams reaction showed up in my feed from Erica Christian. I'm glad you clicked it. I'm glad you clicked it. Let me see. Look at your neighbor and tell him got me into this channel. Say True said I found him during the beef, but I stayed because the breakdowns was legit. You caught more bars and explained them in the way that your average Joe would understand. Thank you. And I don't cheat the system. Don't cheat the system. I react to them on the first time I watch them and try to break them down best I can. It's their personalities too. They have a good vibe between Skip and DJ because that's my dog. When they have reactions, it shows more because they typically chilling. Yeah. Because I think somebody was like, I thought Skip was quiet all the time. No, we cutting up. It's just like a time. And Meet the Grams reaction solidified it. Thank you. Deep dives, and this is Miss Miles. The deep dives got me to join Patreon too. The chat is great. Thank you. Get more active in there. It's a good group of people in there. Very nice. That night we had church filled up with spirit. Amen, and amen. The reaction compilation videos is how some people are finding out. Now, can you please tag me in one of those, Jeanette? Because the people who do those do not tag us. They do not tag us. If you come across another one, can you please tag us or just drop the link in the Patreon chat? Because they never tag us. The only person that tagged us was Absa, and that's how I found Absa. We've been tagged in 2, and to my knowledge, it's seeming like we've been in a lot of them where we don't get tagged, and it's disrespectful. Many Walks, the very thoughtful literary analysis. Other channels focus on breakdowns or just finding this, but you connect to the human experience. Love the Meet the Gram deep dive. Thank you. I literally streamed your Meet the Gram reaction at my job, like on the screen, or on your TV. I mean, on your phone. If you did it on the Western end, that's bold, and I appreciate that because that's what hip hop is. Yeah, y'all need to hop on Patreon with good combo. Yeah. Get a little messy. Yeah, especially the other day. During the beef, your vinyls pulled me in. I'm from Atlanta. I saw T.I. Outkast. I'm also a big West Coast music fan. Pac, Dre, Doggy Style, etc. I was hyped when I heard your accent. Thought you were from the A. Damn near. Not quite though. The quality stands out. Y'all love this in the shows. Thank you. It does. The passion, but the quality, I try to keep that as dope as possible. And that's why I didn't want to rush into doing reactions because I couldn't get the quality right. Like I didn't want it to lag. I didn't want it to, like, my biggest thing is like, I want when you see Screwface, at least from the quality of the video you're watching, I don't want you to click mine in DJs and it's like, damn, like I don't want to watch this no more. I want us to be as close as possible with the materials and tools that we have to be able to compete. You know what I mean? Like, and not compete on no jealous shit. I just want you to, if you going through and you watching a big video or a big song that dropped and you going through your reactions, because I remember doing that. Like, okay, if I want to watch something, I'm gonna binge that specific thing. So I want when my shit come up in the algorithm or a video that me and DJ did to come up in the algorithm, I want you to click it and be like, they belong. And then I want you to look at the subscribers and be like, damn, they almost got 25. That's good. But I thought from the quality they would have 200. You know what I mean? And more people think like that and more people subscribe and then we get closer. But shout out to Foxy Blue with the $10 super chat. Hey, Skip, your commitment to laughing through the whole reaction of Euphoria and sweating through that reaction brought me to your channel. Much love, much success to y'all. Man, okay, so I don't know if I ever told that story. But the Euphoria reaction, I almost didn't even do it. The song came out and I was gonna listen to it with my wife because our kids was, it was spring break, so both of the kids was at home. Excuse me. So they wouldn't let us listen to it. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go upstairs and do a reaction. I ain't did but like 2, but I give it a shot. So I'm still at work, like I'm working from home. So I'm rushing upstairs to get everything. And during that process and being nervous, I started sweating a little bit. But also with not knowing what the fuck I was doing and not really understanding how I wanted to exist in this space or if I would at all, y'all got the rawest version of me in that video. Y'all got the rawest version because I didn't know what to do. So I couldn't pretend. And Kendrick went crazy. So y'all got the true experience with that. D2B2 said I found out about DJ and just kind of funny when y'all mentioned the Buried Alive parody, DJ is funny as fuck. DJ is funny. DJ a cool ass dude too, man. That's my guy. I got a lot of love for DJ, man. I'm looking forward to listening to the Lil Wayne new album. Me too. I definitely do a reaction. If I can get DJ in studio, we will do the reaction, but it'll be done. Oh yeah, definitely. Shout out to Fox and Blue, man. If y'all haven't seen it, we did a live, and you can watch it on either my channel or our channel, excuse me, or her channel about the duality of the Gemini. It was a conversation we had about Kendrick Lamar, which is why that hypocrite shit is so weird to me, because if you listen to his music and you understand what a Gemini is, it makes all the sense in the world why he be doing some of the shit he be doing. Oh, just a different name. Okay, I got you. DJ killed the Delta Slim Shady reaction. Yeah. React Rewind is one of them, Skip. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. Yes, I can tag too, Skip. I saw one recently and was happy to see y'all. Yeah, tag that because I be want to see that shit too, man. Because it'd be cool, like, as a person who wasn't a reactor at all, to like you look up and then you're like sharing the space with, okay, nigga, that was Screw just then. That's No Life Shack. Then that's us. That's crazy. And then Zeus and Lou and Casanet. It's just like them 7 people and then us wedged in the middle somewhere. That shit is dope, bro. Like I be want to see that shit. On the big screen. That I fuck with you for that. For real. Let me see. I think that's because Knox Hill ain't it. I'm just saying. I haven't watched him, but a lot of people recommend his channel. So I don't have a comment on him. You know I share it if I did, but I don't really watch him like that. The reactions are exaggerated or pre-rehearsed like some. Yeah. I see a lot of the top reactors be kind of shooting at each other over shit like that. But I think them niggas, like they make they living off these reactions, so they be trying to make it as animated as possible. Let me see. I like Felicia said I like Knox and Screw. I'm gonna give him a shot. I hadn't watched Knox shit. I'm gonna check him out. Naya, I love the new thumbnails. Thank you. That's something I've been trying to work on. I think that could get us to the next level too. Like once I like hit my stride with like making super dope thumbnails, I think that'll take us to the next level. Because I think it'll help in the click-through rate. I can't even imagine if Skip hadn't done that reaction. Yeah, I think it was one of the ones the world needed. Not gonna lie, Vibe Villa and Skip's reaction to Meet the Grams and Euphoria are top tier. I haven't watched them either, man. Like, cause I wasn't really even into like reaction shit until Euphoria and all of that other stuff. Like I didn't even know it was such a huge genre on YouTube. The one person that I used to listen to as far as reactions, and his shit wasn't even really a reaction, I guess, but it wasn't, was Sean C. I used to watch Shine C all the time. And his used to be kind of clipped up, so his were kind of like edited a little bit, where it wouldn't ever be the full song. So like that was the first and only example of reactions that I had until recently, like right before I started doing reactions. I didn't know who No Life Shack was, Screwface, none of these guys. The Law Twins. I definitely knew who J Black was because of battle rap. I definitely knew who J Black was since like 2012. So I been knew who he was. But yeah. Let me see. What? I mean, that shit is possible. What part? What part? Because you never know. Daily One said, I found y'all with Euphoria and stayed because you're one of the only channels that is a real fan of hip hop to understand the culture instead of some YN who don't know the history. Thank you. Ain't nobody bigger than the program, man. And we try to always remember that. And I always try to remind myself, like, the moment you lose the plot, it could really end. And that's exactly what happened to What's the Dirt. That nigga lost the plot. Your Elite 580, I watch your GNX reaction at least once a week. Great work. Thank you. I watched that one with y'all in the chat. That shit was crazy. I remember, and I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna try not to drag this on, but I remember watching that one, and I think up until that point, the highest like viewership in a premiere had maybe been like 390, and I was watching it, and like over time, it'd be like, okay, I'm like, I think it can get to 400, and then boom, it'll get to 4, and then I'd be like, I think it can get to 5, and then it kept going. I'd be like 5, it can do 6, it can do 7, it can do 8. And then it ended up being like 1,000 people in there. And at that moment, that shit was lit because it was that album was such a party. Like I felt like we was legit like in the same room enjoying the album at the same time. So yeah, that DNX reaction was big for the channel. For me personally, and just for hip hop, I think a lot of people enjoyed that one. And the first shirt is a reflection of that. It'll be who the fuck is Luther? So I think that was a great moment. I think that's probably the biggest viral moment on the channel as far as like callback is concerned, like that who the fuck is Luther? Yeah. And then people bringing up the fact that I said Not Like Us wasn't a kill shot, but I only say that because I thought he was already dead. No. I haven't seen them. If you're talking about the Law Twins, I don't watch them, so I don't know if they're good or not. Unless you're talking about Gemini Twins. I just say that to say like it's two people in their head. Take that how you will. Viva Dan, what you talking about? Jermaine, he ain't put your name on it, but that was for you. What you talking about? You talking about Willis? Oh, Knox was one of the ones that What's the Dirt stole from. I can see that. I can definitely see that. Because I think I saw like a thumbnail where he was addressing What's the Dirt. I didn't watch it though, but yeah. Felicia Davis, I know Knox and Screw, but skipping DJ reaction just different. Gotcha. Black Hiller, you're an earth sign, so you're very grounded. For air sign and me, I don't react to this. Too emotional. I find you way after the beef through APSA. I had to train my algo. Gotcha. Yeah, man. Shout out to APSA, man. Shout out to APSA effing Lutely, man. Like, her and Foxy are the two people in this space that like you don't be expecting to find camaraderie, you know what I mean? And it just happens. Those are two genuine people from my estimation, and I got a lot of respect, admiration for both of them. Two very intelligent Two very intelligent women in this YouTube space, and we need more of that. So yeah. Vibe Villa was just as broken down about Meet the Grams as you were, Skip. The one young man, his world was different. Shit, I can imagine. That was a crazy ass song, bro. After, and shout out to SW, after the reincarnated reaction, I think Knox researches ahead of time. Possible. You can tell in the intros that certain reactors do. I don't want to throw, but yeah, when they come in like too prepared, sometimes that kind of be what it is. Like they done looked at the genius, they did research just to help with the introduction of the video. And I don't really see nothing wrong with it unless you actually looking at lyrics and shit to help you be able to break down what's going on. Yeah, man, Shine, J Black, and Dead End Hip Hop was my first few channels that I fuck with heavy before the increase of the reactor community. Man, let me tell y'all another story, and I promise I'm gonna let y'all go after I read a few comments, but I do want to say this. So this was in between. This was the Donda release party. I mean, Donda listening session in Atlanta. Me and a couple of my homeboys had drove to Atlanta. And it's, of course, it's during COVID, so we was at home and shit. So we get off the elevator, and it's good. But we get off the elevator in the parking deck, we get out the car and we walking through the parking deck, because whatever parking deck this was, it was connected to the Mercedes-Benz arena or stadium or whatever the case is. So we walking, and I run into Midas Media. I run into Ride from Dead End Hip Hop. And like I think somebody asked me, was I introverted? I'm introverted. So I didn't know. Excuse me. I didn't know if I should say something or not. I was nervous because I'm like, bro, I've been watching these people for a long time. Like, I really fuck with Dead End Hip Hop. So I was like, Modest Media? I was like, Rod. And then he turned around and we had a good ass conversation. Like, we chopping it up. I'm telling him, I'm like, hey man, I've been watching y'all for years now, probably back to 2014, 2015. Because this was like 2020, 2021 at the time, whenever Donda dropped. And I was like, y'all a big reason for why I started my platform, this, that, and the third. And we having a good conversation. And he was like, hey man, so what's the name of the channel? And I was like, well, man, we ain't really creating no content right now. I stopped because some stuff was going on, so we really not doing nothing. But I told him what the name of the podcast was or whatever. And during this period, because this was during the ascent of academics launching his podcast, and the name of his podcast was the name of our previous podcast. And since we didn't have shit going and it wasn't making money, it didn't make sense to go get trademarks and all of this other stuff, because we were literally making zero money. So going out and spending however much to get something trademarked when you're not bringing nothing in don't make no sense. But yeah, so I told him what it was, and I was watching them one day, and this wasn't a live video. This was like a pre-recorded video. And he was like, yeah, man, I met this dude, and he was telling us how much he rocked with the channel, and we inspired him to create content of his own. And I just can't remember the name of the channel. Bro, I was floored, because I was like, damn, like, he remembered the conversation, but I didn't have a portfolio to present that I felt proud of, because what we were doing, like we weren't doing anything in that point in time because we had stopped creating content for like 7 months. And I saw him somewhere towards the end of that 7-month period. So it was nothing new to show him. And I didn't want to tell him. I mean, I told him the name, but I didn't know if we would start back. So it was a level of confidence I didn't have in presenting it. So after the fact, we started Deciphered and it starts moving up and all of this other stuff. So I was like, damn, I wish we were at this point, because I would have handled that situation entirely different. Like I would have been way more forward about it. I would have been way more direct, and I would have had something to show. Like I'd be like, okay, here go my channel right here. Like you can subscribe. And if we ever in Atlanta or y'all in the city, like that'll be dope to link up. But it didn't work like that. But it was a dope experience, and it was definitely a lesson learned. To always be on your shit. And you never know who you're gonna meet, and it's always good to have a very strong first impression. But that was definitely a lesson learned. Gotta be ready. But at that point in time, I think, well, I know for a fact I didn't have shit, so I didn't have nothing to present him with. So I think at that moment it was more so like as a fan than a content creator. So I think I kind of leaned into that. But I think if I be having an urge now to like reach out and be like, hey man, we talked at such and such. I want to reintroduce myself, and this is who I am, and this is what we do, and all this and other that shit. So I'll eventually probably do that, because I learned my lesson. I reached out to Jeremy Hecht, and I reached out to Cole from Dissect Podcast a few months ago. Jeremy Hecht did not respond. Cole did. And he already knew who we were. Cole already knew who we were. And this is Cole from Dissect Podcast, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, award-winning podcast, Spotify exclusive, all of this stuff. Has done great work in the field of like breaking down music. So for me to have reached out like on just some shot in the dark type shit, and for him to already know and have been engaged with the channel, that brought everything full circle. That brought everything full circle to me. Like I was like, okay, the dead end shit didn't work because I wasn't prepared. But being where we were with Deciphered, when I reached out to Cole, it worked out. He knew exactly who we were. And in one of the live streams we did not too long ago, he popped in. So I'm gonna eventually reach out because I want to have a conversation with him in particular about lyricism and hip hop. I reached out to Rob Markman too, in one of his live streams, because everybody was mentioning us in the live stream. Because I think in that particular live stream, We Are Deciphered was in the chat, Curtis King was in the chat, Absol was in the chat, and I think Chillin' with Moni might have been in the chat. This was all in one of Rob Markman's live streams, and he gave the impression that he knew who we were. So I was like, hey man, we need to link. And he was like, yeah, I'll reach out or whatever. So I'm gonna hold him to it. I'm gonna follow up with that, because I think that'll be a dope conversation, especially for our channel. If we can get Cole from Dissect and Rob Markman on the same stream, shit. I'm trying to tell y'all, like 2025 is gonna be like, if it works out how I want it to, if that's God's will, it's gonna be some dope shit going on. So I'm gonna definitely reach out to them. I'm gonna reach out to Curtis. I sent some other emails out this week. I'm waiting on responses from them. If not, I'm gonna go a step or two above those people that I reached out to. And you never know. Like one person might have ignored you for the other person to to answer the call. Shout out to the company man. He's dope too. He's also subscribed to We Are Deciphered YouTube page. So it's some like it's people watching, you know, and I'm fully aware of that. And I appreciate that. So I just want to put my best foot forward. And I preach that to DJ all the time, especially from a perspective of I see so much stuff that DJ doesn't see. As far as like analytics and comment sections, like he's really sheltered from a lot of that shit. And it's probably best because DJ, like, he on some like I'm gonna get my lick back type shit. And I respect that. It's very admirable. Because it shows a lot of integrity that he has. He ain't gonna let nobody play with him. And I respect that. But in this content space, niggas gonna play with you all the time. And if you're gonna play with everybody, you missing out on time to like prepare yourself. So just know. And I'm gonna get out of here after this. Well, first of all, I want to let y'all know that I appreciate y'all greatly. All like the people who just like, the people who silently watching, don't say shit, don't like, don't comment, don't chat or nothing. I still appreciate y'all. Y'all help with the algorithm. To all of our supporters, all of our mods, all of our members, everybody that's collaborated with us or help push us out to somebody who we wouldn't have got to otherwise. I greatly appreciate y'all. But yeah, I'm doing some outreach, especially with DJ being out. It just put me in the mind of how do I fill the void of DJ, which is impossible because DJ is DJ. But it also was like, okay, partnerships are important. So it's people out here that I have the opportunity to speak to, and the channel is big enough to start doing that. So why not? But also I'm well aware of like people much larger than us also see us and see what we're doing. So I'm gonna take some shots this year. I'm gonna take a lot of them. And if they go in, if I switch them motherfuckers, y'all will know. But if they don't go in, you know, it just won't come to fruition at that time, but it may later. But I'm definitely put some shots up this year. I'm reaching out to a lot of people that interest me, and that makes sense with the brand. If DJ, because DJ really don't like DJ, one of them people were like, we do what we do, but he don't watch a lot of people that do what we do. So like if I point them out, he'll go check them out. And if they pass the vibe test with DJ, we'll reach out. But yeah, it's some people for me personally that I gotta see if I can talk to. And like I said, with the Rob Markman and Cole, that's one of the ones that I feel like I gotta talk to. Because that conversation just about lyricism within itself is some shit that's been fucking with me for a long time. And I feel like those are two great people, especially with Rob working at Genius and helping build that platform. And then Cole being who he is with Dissect, it gotta happen. It ain't no way around it. So if y'all want to go and spam their comment sections and tell them, because some people have been doing that, especially with the company man. Y'all, I'm giving y'all the license to do that if y'all choose to do so. But if not, you know, everything will happen as it should, and I'm gonna do my part to ensure that happens. So thank y'all for tuning in to another weekly wrap up. I am Skip. Once again, I appreciate y'all. So on the way out, if you haven't, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and all of that good shit. And until next time, we out. Peace.